traded him away for the young Davis Alexander. 16-11-1 as a starter. Grey Cup MVP in 2021. Helped lead this team to the Grey Cup. McLeod Bethel-Thompson was the individual traded with Cody Fajardo. Record of 1-3 as a starter right now, averaging only 200 yards passing a game. He's trying to impress Coach Moss and let him get his trust up.
Yeah, Jason Moss trying to find his rhythm with McLeod Bethel-Thompson, working the controls of this Montreal offense. It has its nuances. It's interesting. It's different at times, and MBT trying to find the way. And Mark Killam just trying to make sure he can get his team on the right page. He knows how good they can be. He says, we're so close. But man, I'm tired of talking about how close we are. He doesn't want to talk about it anymore. He just wants to get it done, as both of these teams coming off of difficult outings last week and hoping to right it here at Percival Molson Stadium. You heard Luke Wilson talk about it in the opening of the show, the pregame, all the rest. It was smoky. It was under threat. Get rid of it. The air is clear, and hopefully one of these teams will find a way to take some shots down the field tonight as Jose Maltos Dios gets set to kick this one away. Arkel Smith and Javon Leak back and ready to return. Let's get it started. Friday Night Football for Montreal. And it is returned across the 35 to the 40-yard line as Cody Fajardo makes his return to a place that he really did love playing, but there just wasn't room for him anymore after Davis Alexander.
And you can see since Cody's been put in as the starter, their passing yardage has gone up dramatically. Only 210 yards passing with Trey Ford, 301 yards passing for Cody Fajardo in his 2 starts. Season high 246 yards for the Elks versus Saskatchewan 2 weeks ago. And the deep ball has come back to this offense.
Fajardo passer rating far above the CFL wide average over the last couple of games, but they are 0-2 at this point. Quick slant, and it is complete. This one rolls into the hands of Stephen Dunbar Jr. as we get a look at the rest of the Edmonton starting offense.
David Beard needs to get all the protection calls correct against this multiple front. Al's defense going to be a lot of different looks for these guys up front. Hey, Justin Rankin, 6 big plays this season, which is 6th best in the CFL. Last week at a career high, 7 catches, 64 yards, and a receiving touchdown on the wheel route up the sideline.
Edmonton offense, variable. Keon Julian Grant told us this week he loves, they can pound it or they can take some shots vertically. We'll see what they do here on 2nd and 2. Inside run they go. Ended up driving the legs, trying to get to the 50, and a forward fall as usual for Justin Rankin as we get a look at the Montreal starting defense. Dominant so often over the last couple of years.
Isaac Demi Berglund tied for 2nd in the CFL with 4 sacks. He's got 2 fumble returns, even 1 versus the Elks early in the season. Darnell Sankey is going to be tasked with stopping this Justin Rankin offense. Don't overplay the gaps. He's going to make you pay.
Who's that guy?
Evans comes from the couch to starting his 3rd time with the Owls. We're going to talk more about him, how easy it was to bring him back into this system. He's played twice before in Noel Ford's defense.
11th year in the Canadian Football League. He'll stare down a Justin Rankin handoff this time. As pulled backwards, it'll be a tackle for loss. A little bit of extra war paint underneath the black visor of Darnell Sankey here tonight.
Demi Berglund is on the backside of this play. You can see him coming across, makes the center miss, is able to make the tackle from behind. He backdoors the offensive line. What does that mean? He goes behind the block of the offensive line to go attack and make the plays. Another tackle for a loss in the backfield for a negative yardage play for Demi Berglund.
So many times you think about Adeyemi Berglund chasing off the edge. That time backsiding the run play. Now he'll pass rush, but the throw is away from Fajardo underneath and extending his completion percentage streak as the tackle is made on the play that time. Wrapped up and thrown away by Robert Kennedy into the line up here. So Cody takes the smart, safe throw underneath and change of possession forthcoming.
Number 1 receiver at the bottom of the line. You'll see him break in and then settle underneath. That's the zone of the defense. Robert Kennedy's underneath. Rallies up to make that play to the wide side of the field. Hard to do for the field halfbacks, how much space there is. Nice tackle by Kennedy with all that space on the field.
Travis Tice, who's 9th in the Canadian Football League in yards after contact on running plays, is in tonight as the returner for the Alouettes. Lets this one drop over his head, and where did it skip out of bounds? They will say it is the single. And that will be a quick early lead for the Edmonton Elks at this point. McLeod-Bethel-Thompson started 4 of the last 5 games for Montreal with a 1-3 mark, 200 passing yards per game, trying to up that here tonight at home in Montreal.
When it all comes together, it could mean you're ready to talk to your doctor about Wegovy. Ask for Wegovy by name. Visit wegovy.ca for savings.
Touchdown to Win is on at Save On Foods, and you can score big by earning bonus entries on products like Dairyland Protein Milk. Win big and save big with our weekly flyer.
Huh. We've already got tons of WestJet points.
Yeah?
I'm booking it.
Your next travel story is waiting. Make it happen with the all-new WestJet Rewards.
Buttery pan-baked crust that's crispy on the outside, fluffy on the inside, and topped with melty provolone, mouth-watering mozzarella, and your favorite toppings to the edge. Get medium one-topping pan pizzas for $12.99 each at Domino's.
Steve! Hey, Steve! Hey, Steve! I'm tired of watching you pick yourself. It's disgusting. It's not my fault. My underwear keeps riding out. You know, why don't you mind your own business?
Guys, there's no need for this.
Who the heck are you guys?
We created these.
What the heck are those?
Just the most comfortable underwear you've ever worn.
Yeah, no, that's impossible.
We designed them to stop chafing, wedgies, and constant adjusting.
You see, Steve, the Man-Made's exactly what you need.
So visit manmadebrand.com to try yours today.
McLeod-Bethel-Thompson at the controls here for the Montreal Alouettes. Yes, don't adjust your screens. He is indeed the leader of this offense after Davis Alexander stepping into the starting lineup. And last week against Saskatchewan, it was a tough tread, uphill all night, and some big hits absorbed as well by the leader.
Talking to him this week, he talked about so much. I've got to do a better job making Jason Moss comfortable with what plays I can run and execute. That was a huge thing from a veteran quarterback, say, I'm not doing enough to help my play calling.
Inside handoff here, Sean Thomas Erlington in his 100th game of the Canadian Football League as he's in the backfield here to get things going for the Alouettes starting offense.
With an injury to Justin Lawrence, Cyril Hogan-Sedon will make all the calls at center, filling in for him. And Tyler Snead, 20 targets in the last 2 games. Last 2 games, he also has 14 catches, 191 yards. He's the go-to guy in this system the last couple of weeks.
STE taken all the way back in the 8th round of 2017 as he picks up 8 on first down. They go back to him here with an inside run, leans his way across the 50-yard line. First down, Montreal, as the Edmonton starting defense will try to shut down the Montreal attack.
100th career game tonight for Jake Ceresna, and the only defensive player with an interception for the Elks. Joel DeBlanco gets his 2nd start after the injured Nick Anderson. 9 defensive tackles last week, a career high. And Cordell Jackson going to watch his battles at the backside halfback, boundary halfback position with Tyler Snead tonight.
The lone Canadian on that back end of the starting lineup. Tyrell Ford to the wide side. As this time they'll go to Charleston Rambo with a quick little screen inside, crosses the 55. And Montreal's offense starting to piece it together with a quick game throw from McLeod-Bethel-Thompson early on.
One of the best things McLeod does, get the ball out of his hands quickly, throw accurately, quick screen pass attached, and you're just trying to get the ball out in space and trying to make sure, hey, we're going to get athletes the ball. Let's see if we can make a couple of blocks, get the ball out on the perimeter. Quick game, but also a rhythm throw for the quarterback to get him early completions.
McLeod-Bethel-Thompson, 28 and 36 in his career. Here to Montreal, the trade for Cody Fajardo, hands it off inside. Again on 2nd and 2, just like the first set of downs that this Montreal offense had. And Edmonton hopes that they held it here as the tackle's made by Brampton's finest, Robbie Smith, coming over from Toronto.
A little bit of a push early on. Good yardage for the first down. 2nd and 2, you can do this all day. Hand the ball to the running back, no matter whether block the first level guys, make sure there's no penetration, fall forward for the first.
Referee Ben Major will ask for a measurement here. How tempting is it, Lapo, when you have 2nd and 2 every single time to not just go play action and throw a bomb?
Well, the one thing when you do that, maybe 2nd and 1, 2nd and 2, which it kind of forces you to punt if you're on 3rd and 2. But that's why you do get man coverage on those second short yardage situations.
As they will measure this one out.
Now, the interesting thing with McLeod Bethel-Thompson, going back to him, he's like, I'm still trying to learn this system. I'm still trying to learn how to play within it. There's a little bit more motion that he's been used to. He loves the fact he's got Jason Moss in the building. He loves the fact he's got a legendary player in Anthony Calvillo to help him through the course of learning this system. He spoke so highly about Anthony Calvillo. His systematic, how he prepares from week to week, has helped McLeod in his preparation. And he just says, hey, I just got to play better for all the players around me. I was not to my standard last week. I want to be this week.
Caleb Evans in here with short yardage for the Alouettes as he plunges his way to the right on 3rd and short. What a great shot that was, too, of McLeod Bethel-Thompson running over to Jason Moss and immediately giving him as much intel as he possibly could. And you saw Moss just kind of go, yeah, I got it. Just move forward. I got a call I have in mind. I want to figure this out on the fly.
Yeah, well, sometimes as a play caller, I've been there before when you're just sitting there like, listen, I got the script. We're ready to call things. We don't need to talk yet, right? Let's wait till we get into the game a little bit.
And McLeod stays on the sideline here, watches on. Maybe that's why Moss said, yeah, good information, but it's time to move on with Caleb Evans. He knew he was going to steal a snap here. I call this the Lapo. When you get it on short yardage sneaks, you get to stay in for a play. As Evans hands it off, Sean Thomas Erlington puts down his shoulder, and that was something you did very often with Winnipeg and in your time in Ottawa, Lapo.
Well, it just allows you to put a different look for the defense. Now we got a running quarterback in. Now 1st down, let's see what yardage he gets. If he gets really good yardage, you can stay in. 4 yards on this game, put your quarterback back in, but it's just something to keep the defense off balance with multiple pictures.
And reward your backup quarterback, right? Who's getting pounded in short yardage over and over again. So the 5th-year pro Caleb Evans heads to the sideline. McLeod Bethel-Thompson now on 2nd and 6 after the game of 4. Quick drop, looks to the right, comes all the way back left. It's Steve across the 35, gets the 1st down and a little bit more. And the ever-elusive Tyler Sneed continues his hot streak with Montreal and another 1st down.
Eyes over here, eyes there, and then all the way back there. Watch the eyes of McLeod Bethel-Thompson. Nope. Finds the throw, gets it immediately to his 3rd read. That's the strength of McLeod. How quickly he gets through his reads, finds it. 1 covered, 2 covered, find my next player. Get the ball when the defense most out of position. There goes Sneed. Big game.
Bethel-Thompson hands it off. Sean Thomas Erlington across the 30. Cuts it back, and again, as ever, puts down the shoulder and drives the tires for a gain of 6.
It's a very good drive here for the Owls. Facing this defense for the Elks, it's last in so many defensive categories. Good block in the perimeter. Pushing the ball out to the secondary. You're trying to block all these players on the inside and push it out to Cordell Jackson. Make sure, let's see if these halfbacks and corners can make these tackles on the perimeter. That's why you add those extra offensive linemen in for some of these run plays.
I wonder how much McLeod will attack the boundary as first year, whether it's corner, halfback, or safety here tonight. McLeod looks left, comes back right, pulls Speaker, just misses him. Over the top, it is incomplete. They were taking a shot towards the end zone and can't connect, so the field goal team comes out.
Eyes. When the safety goes in that direction, you're going to, when Garnes goes that way, that tells you throw the post in the middle of the field. Just misses the throw a little bit. Good decision by McLeod, just off on the location of football.
Jose Maltos Diaz comes out from 34 yards away.
Guy's 7 from 50 plus, so I hope this is an easy one for him.
Don't curse him.
great man, Jose.
Maltos Diaz hammers this one through. Little flex on him as he has all season long. Montreal retakes the lead. As Cody Fajardo told us this week, kind of Trent Dilford that Grey Cup in Montreal. Got to find ways to win games without trying to be the hero. We'll have more on that now that he's in Edmonton when we return to Friday Night Football.
What's new at McDonald's? Lower prices on your faves. Like the McChicken, Filet-O-Fish, 6-piece Chicken McNuggets, and Big Mac meals. Meals starting at $9.99 with medium fries and a medium fountain drink. Get your faves for less.
The Hyundai Kona Electric is the all-electric SUV for you. With stylish design, innovative features, and convenient technology. And with up to 420 kilometers of all-electric range, the Hyundai Kona Electric SUV has the power to take you anywhere and keep you going.
Save on Foods is giving you extra with touchdown to win. And every touchdown is a chance to give you that winning feeling. Every shop gives you new ways to save and extra ways to win. There's even $1 million prize on the line. Shop with your More Rewards card in-store or online, and you'll carry that winning feeling into the end zone. Save on Foods, giving you extra.
If you're looking for the most value for your manja, you should move to the east side. You always get more than you can manja with East Side Mario's all-you-can-eat soup, salad, and garlic home loaf.
Hey, bada boom, bada bing. Cody Fajardo, yes, he is an Edmonton Elk. Here is a day in the life, making his way back to a place that he knows oh so well. Said, it's not going to be that weird. I'll figure it out. I'll have a good day. I'll find a way to have some success. For more on his return back to Montreal, place that he was a Grey Cup champion for the Alouettes. Here's Kenzie Lalonde.
Yes, so let's go back to the day before the 110th Grey Cup. And Cody Fajardo addressed the Alouettes in a speech that went viral, mainly for the use of a four-letter acronym, FYJ. And no, I'm not going to say the first two letters, but the last two say, just watch. It really articulated the attitude and competitiveness of the Alouettes that season. It's a motto they still use today. You can find the acronym as part of the 465 logo, used on water bottles, hats, and all over. I have a feeling Fajardo will be using that motto a little bit today.
Yeah, absolutely, Kenzie. And I love when we were talking to Cody this week, yourself, myself, Lapo, he just said, when I was in Montreal, everything was me against the world. I had to prove everybody wrong. He said, in Edmonton, I'm just enjoying being a professional football player, playing a little bit more free.
I think he likes some of the me against the world a little bit. I actually talked to him about it. I say, listen, like you weren't during the regular season in 23, you weren't great. There were some things you did well, but when he stepped up was the biggest game in his career, the Grey Cup, became the Grey Cup MVP, hit some big-time throws down the stretch of that game.
Foreign territory going against the noise here in Montreal as Fajardo pumps, now has the runaway from Sean Lemon, rolls all the way to his left, puts down the field, and now will skip out of bounds, chased down from behind. It is Wesley Sutton who gets the final contact there, but a great example of Fajardo trying to create, using the energy and using his legs, but deciding to settle.
Multiple defenders around the line of scrimmage. Just Cody didn't trust something in the downfield routes. Now he's trying to look around and find something to go. Cannot scramble and find anything. Montreal, last time these two teams played, had 5 sacks. Cody didn't step into that game, but the pressure the last time these two teams played was immense on the quarterback position.
Fajardo obviously traded for McLeod Thompson, but said, I wasn't traded for MBT. I was traded because they wanted to have Davis Alexander. Thankful, perhaps, that Davis Alexander isn't in the lineup, so everything isn't being micro-analyzed between those two here tonight. As Travis Tice stands back to watch this one fall inside the 15-yard line, and in place of James Letcher Jr., big collision out of bounds into the Edmonton bench. But Montreal hosting some big-time action. Back and forth these two teams go.
Carousel, Marshall.
Round and round we go,
Round and round. It's a rat song.
Ford employee pricing is here.
You need to do it more natural, you know, like, it's here.
It's here.
It's a great time to get into a Ford.
It's the highlight of the summer.
Because you pay?
What we pay on this F-150.
On this Mustang Mach-E.
On this awesome Maverick.
People ask, when's the best time to buy a Ford?
It's now.
Right now, get Ford employee pricing on virtually all 2025 Ford models.
What's not to love?
Want a last-minute getaway calls? Answer it. Book last-minute deals on thousands of stays with Vrbo.
What's new at McDonald's? Lower prices on your faves, like the McChicken, Filet-O-Fish, 6-piece Chicken McNuggets, and Big Mac meals. Meals starting at $9.99 with medium fries and a medium fountain drink. Get your faves for less.
The season-long race for the Fortinet Cup is heading north for the North American swing of PGA Tour America. Before he won Canada's National Open, he was honing his skills out here. Before he posted 59 in the desert, he was going low out here. Before he slid into these boots in Texas, he was stepping into form out here. The PGA Tour's future stars play on PGA Tour Americas. Follow the action all season long.
Well, the first time these two quarterbacks have played against each other after the move made in the offseason shook a lot of people, and it's Freaky Friday night here in Montreal. Cody Fajardo, McLeod Bethel-Thompson, both the backups to Ricky Ray, back in the day with the Toronto Argonauts, and then back-to-back Grey Cups they went. McLeod replaced by Chad Kelly late in that one, and then, of course, the historic Grey Cup victory over Winnipeg of the Montreal Alouettes. But yeah, don't adjust your screens. The Spider-Man meme is real. What a matchup we got here tonight. As McLeod looks underneath, this one popped up into the air and incomplete. And chalk that up as the, I want to call it the annual one fullback target per game for the Montreal Alouettes. Always find a way to try and get David Allaire or Jacob Mason involved. That one falls incomplete.
If you watch, this is going to be a layered post in the middle field. You're going to try to clear some people out, and then Rambo's going to get behind the defense. He's in that space. Whether McLeod just didn't trust the inside push by the underneath coverage, he went to the check down.
And one of those throws for a quarterback where if you don't get there on time,
you can't be late.
Right?
Yeah. So when your feet tell you go to the check down, you throw the check down.
McLeod loads it up, decides otherwise, now rolls to his right, flips it underneath. Regis Sibasu makes the grab. And the Edmonton defense rallies Tyrell Ford right there alongside Kenneth Logan Jr. stepping in to the lineup as well.
Jake Seresna's there. A very good push at the start of this game for a team that is not pressuring the passer. Only 5 sacks all season. Get a good push. Watch him driving back, creating. Quarterbacks cannot throw the ball when you are in their lap. You have to give them the depth of the pocket. You got to hold up on the inside. The guards got to protect the depth of the pocket. Seresna says no way. The Cortland State Red Dragon from Division III drives it home.
Strikes me watching Robbie Smith, Jared Brinkman, Jake Seresna. Is this the Argonauts? They're back playing in the East.
It's Freaky Friday,
right?
Once again.
As flags come up.
Time count violation. Montreal number 36. Trop de temps pour mettre le ballon en jeu. Montréal numéro 36. It's a 5-yard penalty. It's still third down. Troisième répété.
Operational penalty that time goes against Joseph Zima and the special teams unit. And Jason Moss is not going to love that one. But yeah, the familiarity of that Edmonton front against Montreal's offense, which is not being led by Davis Alexander. You see stand there next to Jason Moss trying to sort things out with a 3-1 Alouettes advantage. As it stands right now, Zima pressures on and gets hit. Flag comes out. Flag comes out on the play, and another flag on the return as Javon Leake, dangerous as ever, but plenty of laundry to sort out on this one. And a great rush coming that time. Looked like Noah Taylor.
Yeah, Noah Taylor made contact with the kicker. I don't think it was with the plant leg, so I think this is going to be a contacting the kicker penalty. But you could see Noah Taylor right after it was upset, understood he made a penalty.
Jason Maggio sorts it out alongside referee Ben Major on the play, and Taylor.
And Noah Taylor's part of that defensive line. You think about Barlow, Brinkman, Seresna, Robbie Smith, Noah Taylor. You would have thought sacks would be a premium with this football team. Just hasn't showed up for this defensive front.
As Mark Killam asking whether or not there was a tip to the officials, and trying to clarify.
Command center. The replay center.
How dare you?
I know, I'm sorry. The replay center will be looking at this, try to help. They're checking right now. The replay center can help recognize whether there was a tip in any way, shape, or form.
As Mark Killam, you see there discussing things with Ben Major, pushing back on the narrative of the same old Elks and the difficult couple of years they had before he was hired as the head coach. So we got some holdovers, but we attacked practice in a way but I feel confident the wins are coming. But it is August, and Labor Day is fast approaching.
Yeah, the question we asked him this week, hey, we took the 2 best teams in the league to the end and had a chance, and we didn't make our plays. We got to make our plays when we win more football games.
Look at it here as Taylor. Oh, did he get a hand on that? That was very close, right through the middle. As the protection being provided by Louis-Philippe Bourassa. And LP, long snapper, in the middle of that play.
You couldn't tell right there, but there also has to be an area. You got to allow the punter to land in the space, so maybe he was in the space where the punter was landing. Let's see. But I know Mark Killam's tired of hearing about, you know, hey, close, 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 no cigar. He wants to get the win, believes his team's playing better since the change of Cody Fajardo to Trey Ford. They just want the results.
And the Edmonton offense heading back to the sideline right now. As Demetrius Maxey working special teams and also working as a defensive assistant for Edmonton at this point. And looks like Ben Major sorting through the conversations he's had with both staffs on the sideline.
Okay, there's 2 penalties on the play. The first one is contacting the kicker against Edmonton 42. That's a 10-yard penalty. That's the penalty we're going to apply. It's going to be 3rd down. The second penalty occurred after Edmonton got possession. It's a holding. That penalty by rule is declined. So we're going to re-kick 3rd down.
And Major with the full description to make sure everybody's filled in at home.
A little bit harder now for this Montreal cover team. They had a little bit of break for this explanation. They got to go down and cover one of the best punt returners in the Canadian Football League for a 2nd straight punt into the league.
Killam and Maxey send some heat right here. Rush again as Zima hammers this one opposite field, trying to get away from Javon Leake. I would too. Down inside the 10-yard line. Edmonton backtracking and wrapped up at the 15. Jacob Mason down there making the play after a 62-yard punt. Zima and the special teams unit, plenty of appreciation here at Percival Molson Stadium on Friday Night Football.
Buttery pan-baked crust that's crispy on the outside, fluffy on the inside, and topped with melty provolone, mouth-watering mozzarella, and your favorite toppings to the edge. Get medium 1-topping pan pizzas for $12.99 each at Domino's.
Touchdown to Win is on, and your favorite products could earn you bonus entries. This week, score big with Tostitos tortilla chips. Win big and save big with our weekly flyer.
What's up? You seem kind of sluggish today. Things aren't really moving. You could use some Metamucil.
Metamucil's plant-based psyllium fiber helps you feel lighter by keeping your digestive system moving. It also helps lower cholesterol and helps support healthy blood sugar levels.
Now you're moving. Looking good. Feeling good.
Metamucil keeps you moving. Feel less sluggish and weighed down after just 14 days. Sign up for the 2-week challenge at metamucil.ca.
Welcome back to Montreal as Jason Moss calling the shots for this Alouettes offense. And the only thing that might look better as this night goes on than the suit of Luke Wilson is the running game of the Alouettes.
No question there. And, you know, I know it's been a bit of a slower game so far, but when I look at this, I talk about Jason Moss. I think the game plan is to really muddy this game up. And sometimes these 4- and 5-yard gains in the first quarter become 5s and 6s, become 9s and 10s later in the game. And you watch your Donnie Ventrelli, the right guard. Watch this. This is a great rep. Boom, we're in the double team. Jakob, boom. Getting boys out of the way. Again, this is physical ball here. The left side of the line, we get a ton of push here. Short yardage, you convert here. It's a physical run as well. And then also, when everyone starts coming downhill and you're playing the run, short little screen passes is extremely effective. Again, you're setting yourself in second and manageable. So I really think this is by design right now. They want to muddy this game up. And you see these, again, 4s and 5s will become 5s and 6s soon. You're going to impose your will on the other team.
Chipping away as the wind at the back of the Edmonton Elks. They're late in the first quarter. To the outside and reaching high, but you know the catch radius of Stephen Dunbar Jr. never in doubt is Jeffrey Cantonar-Coup right there on the spot.
Pre-snap read, recognize softness in the coverage. You have a hitch here, and a vertical. As players go high, Cody just takes the outside throw as everybody carries the deep one, takes the throw to Dunbar out on the sideline. Dunbar high points the ball. Nice productive play. Gain of 4.
Dunbar all by himself. Go to the top of your screen. Now join Early Gittins Jr., the outstanding Canadian, as a flag comes up, and this play never happened as Fajardo bounces off a couple of would-be tacklers.
Like Nigel Murray coming, blitzing off the left-hand side, I think drew some offensive linemen off early before the ball snapped.
Procedure, Edmonton, number 62. Procedure, Edmonton, numéro 62. 5-yard penalty. We'll repeat second down. On va répéter le deuxième essai.
Martez Ivy here feels pressure off the edge. As he starts to go, he moves a little bit. You see you see Tyrese Beverett right there coming off the edge early. He starts moving a little bit too early. This crowd's getting involved.
Sets back Edmonton again. Fajardo against the noise that used to aid him here in Montreal. Goes to the outside, rips this one, and it is complete. And right at the first down marker on second down and long. It is completed. Let's see where they spot it for Benjamin Victor.
Victor out on this perimeter. First-year player from Ohio State makes this underneath throw. When you're underneath, get vertical as soon as you can. Put yourself in a position where all you have to do is get yourself within that 1-yard mark so you can go where the quarterback sneak gets the extra yard to create the 1st and 10 on the underneath throw. Everybody always complains when you throw it underneath in zone. That's why you do it sometimes, Marshall.
High completion percentage for Cody Fajardo, 79.7 at this point. A season and big hit, and his former teammate Darnell Sankey flies in as a flag comes up late. Defensive coordinator Noel Thorpe questioning the call.
Run action pass. The back's going to move, so is the guard. They're going to kick out, and they're going to create a wall for Cody. But when the tackle blocks down, they leave one extra space.
There's no foul on the play.
See this open gap right here? There's nobody for Sankey. So you kick out the people you block down, but you left too big of a gap for Sankey. He recognizes it comes right now. He's trying to play the run, actually, but then it's a run action pass. Big sack. Great play by Sankey.
Great breakdown, Lapo. And when you're watching that, you're going, how is Cody supposed to know that's coming? He's just standing still until all of a sudden the gap opens up and then he fires his way through. So now it's second and even longer.
Not a lot of answers when the middle linebacker blitzes and that protection.
Looping around. Now it's just a 3-man rush. And Fajardo has time. He'll rip it down the field and trying to dig it out of the turf. Incomplete. That throw a little bit low and away from Stephen Dunbar Jr. right at the sticks. It would have been good for the first down, but falls to the turf.
Everybody going to play 3rd and 17. Everybody plays off. Dunbar goes all the way up. He says, I'm going to go 20 yards and come back to the ball. Try to throw me the ball on the outside. Just can't make the catch as he's dropping down to make that play. Gets to his body, can't make the catch. A little short throw for Dunbar. Can't get these long yardage situations. Too difficult to overcome when you're 3rd and 17.
Dunbar the go-to regardless of whether it's Trey Ford or Cody Fajardo at the helm of the Edmonton offense, leading the team in targets, catches. Can't haul that one in. Cody Grace will boot this one away. Drops down to Travis Tice at the 30-yard line. Crosses the 40 to the outside. Grace has got to take an angle on him here. Blockers in front. Down the sideline. Tice gets a block. Touchdown, Alouettes. Know the name, Travis Tice.
The best thing about pro sports is players having opportunities. Travis Tice was great in the preseason. He showed ability to break tackles. He was fast. He gets an opportunity here, and punt return says, I'm going to make the most of my opportunity. You're not going to be able to bring me down. works to the sideline, gets north-south for the touchdown. This is a very good football player. Talked to Danny Machoke today. He said, hey, we got him the last week of training camp. We thought he'd just be a body for us. Showed up. He said, this guy's going to be a dynamic player. He's not leaving our building.
80-yard return. There was 25 returns, non-offense, for touchdowns so far in 2025. Whether it be defense or kick returns, an incredible 4-in-1 game last week, Winnipeg and Toronto. And it adds on once again to Travis Tice right here as an 80-yard return all the way to the house for the CFL Rook.
As he starts to go upfield. They build a wall on the outside. You can see Callis right there. They get a double team. He just keeps going to the sideline. A little bit of a cutback. Great blocking downfield. And he just beats him with speed to the sideline. Get your opportunities, making his plays.
A little of that from McLeod Bethel Thompson. A little bit of instant offense as Luke Burton-Cron misses the tackle there, the long snapper. And 2 broken tackles. Silas Hubert can't get it done, trying to push him out of bounds, last resort. And Byron Archambault, special teams coordinator, fired up on a Friday night.
As you talked about, that's the 26th return touchdown of the season that from a non-offensive standpoint. 4 last week. We got 1 tonight. Last year at this time, there was only 14. So that's like an 80% increase in scoring touchdowns on returns or defense. Travis Tice.
What's going on? How do we explain that?
I don't know.
Why is there an 80%
Great
increase?
returners, great defense.
Well, it's linebackers going pick 6. It's DBs. It's
Crazy.
return men across the league. It's
Javon Leak. Isaiah Woodson.
A lot of help coming to the offenses throughout this year early on. As another cutback here, and Leak puts his head down. Nice return. Won't go for a touchdown, but beyond the 45 and solid field position here for the Edmonton offense.
Edmonton's just, last week they really tried to run the football. You saw probably some of the hardest thing as a coordinator is sometimes, Marshall, you don't want to be in second along, and sometimes if you don't run the ball very well, that's what you're putting yourself in. But I thought last week they said, Justin Rankin, we're going to keep getting him touches. We're going to get him involved in the offense, whether or not it's going to put us in some second alongs, but we got to be patient and keep running the football.
Jordan McSimic calling the shots here. Across weeks 7 and 9, there were 12 CFL games, 11 of the 12 won by teams that had better average starting field position. Edmonton has that right here as handing it off, and Sean Lemon hauling down Justin Rankin. You can see the physical frustration as Lemon scoops in for the tackle for loss.
Rankin last week did a lot of this, what's called a wind back all the way. But right here, Sean Lemon's way on the perimeter. They don't account for him in the blocking scheme. So when he sees the wind back, he's right there to make the tackle because he's outside the box.
Is Lemon playing a 7 technique, 9, 12, 50? He's just wandering around out there.
He's an off-the-ball player. He can drop in coverage or play the run.
All over the place. Now Montreal rushes 3, pressure on. Isaac Ediemi Berglund hauls down his former teammate, Cody Fajardo.
Edmonton can't be him. This is what happened to them the last couple weeks against Saskatchewan when they had 8 sacks. They were in 2nd and 12. That's their second back-to-back, 2nd and extra. Cannot happen against this Montreal defense.
Adiemi Berglund to Southeast Louisiana. First-round pick for Calgary back in 2020 and making major moves here in Montreal.
Closed captioning is brought to you by Toyota. It's time to get the most out of summer with a vehicle that you can count on. It's time to Toyota.
The Fantastic Four deserve a fantastic pizza with 4 different topping combinations. So there's something for the whole team!
Get a Fantastic 4-in-1 pizza, only $9.99 at Little Caesars. I'm ready.
Touchdown to Win is on now. Load your My Offers for big saves and earn bonus entries on products like Western Family Wings, Win big and save big with our weekly flyer.
The all-new Titleist T250 irons are simply built different. A revolutionary forged L face with a V-tapered design generates elevated distance, while a reimagined steel body delivers a clean, classic look, creating a pure player's distance iron that plays up to a full club longer, proving that speed is a beautiful thing. Titleist T250, part of the new T-Series lineup.
The World Cup is coming to Canada.
Come get that. TSN Plus brings big-time football to a whole new level.
Oh, baby!
What a move! With live enhanced data feeds of the CFL all season long.
I'm a fan. I want to see this more often.
Subscribe now and start streaming.
The numbers after one quarter of play, a 10-1 advantage for the Montreal Alouettes, as the former Alouettes quarterback Cody Fajardo told us this week. Lapo said after the way that we played in 2023, winning the Grey Cup, kind of set the province on fire, and he certainly believes in the way that he was able to create that energy in this building. But the defenses are the ones giving the energy to both of their offenses right now, and special teams with Travis Tice.
I feel like Edmonton's defense has done a good job early on McLeod Bethel-Thompson, making him a little bit uncomfortable. And certainly Cody has been in a couple of extra yardage situations. So it's going to be tough sledding here. Both teams, they got to be careful not turn the football over. Interesting thing Jason Moss talked about was, he goes, McLeod Bethel-Thompson is spectacular with his arm strength, processing, recognizing. I want him to do the easy things. Yeah. Sometimes there's easy throws. You know, he's got to make the easy plays that create first downs that eventually will lead to the big play.
Cody Gray sends this one away as we get the second quarter underway, dropping inside the 30. And the ball pops out. And hauled in there by Scott Hutter as it fell out of the hands of the touchdown maker, Travis Tice, that time. And the Wilfrid Laurier Goldenhawk right there on the spot. Hutter, make sure it's safe.
So Travis Tice not getting a lot of reps. This is not easy to do as a young returner. Sprint up underneath, make the play on the ball in the air. You want to catch in the air. You don't want it to bounce and prevent you from getting extra yardage. Nice run up to make that catch in the air for Tice.
Also, DK Bonhomme on the tackle that time recorded the special teams tackle in every single one of the games so far this year for Edmonton. He gets another that time, and very nearly a big fumble recovery for Edmonton as well. He could have flipped the field position to get the second quarter underway as Sean Thomas Erlington just refuses to fall backwards, and another solid gain on first.
A lot of extra linemen. You get to see when there's a lot of people around the box, you know it's going to be a run. There's one guy, here's another guy, here's another dude. Look at this dude. Everyone's going this way, and the back's trying to find a crease. A lot of people in the box. Try to create one opportunity. Nice bounce out by Sean Thomas Erlington to get a 5-yard gain.
Sean Thomas Erlington, 6 carries, equaling his total of last week as McLeod hands this one off, and it's a 7th carry, but going nowhere on 2nd and 5. The Edmonton defense steps up as Logan Jr. in his first year out of Kansas makes the play flying downhill from that coverage linebacker spot.
Right there, he falls back into the line of scrimmage as the offensive lineman Ventrelli, he's working up to the middle linebacker, but when he sees a color Logan flash in front of him, he should just go ahead and block him, stay on the course. Kenneth Logan, good play, recognizing, thinking it's going to be a short yardage run, blitzing into the B gap, the gap between the guard and the tackle to make the play.
Vaughn Leake, 2 more big play returns, including a 35-yard punt return and a 47-yard kick return, upping his total to 6 on the season. He won't get to touch this one as it skips out of bounds. Still leads the punt return average across the Canadian Football League, but the defense finding a way for the double E. Like so many years gone by, stuffing the run. Logan Jr. making the play on Friday night in Montreal.
Canada's original roadhouse.
Your best defense against erosion and cavities is strong enamel. Nothing beats it. Pro Enamel Active Shield actively strengthens the enamel to defend against erosion and cavities. I think that this product is a game changer for my patients.
It really works.
This is your final test.
I love you. Hey boy, what's your name? Jody. What you eat? Hamburger. Bring me some greedy. Jump out the window, say. Hey, me the gypsy lady, I love you.
Well, Justin Rankin, one of the leaders of this Edmonton offense, they love to be able to pound the rock, and he got after it last week against the Hamilton Tiger Cats. A Bo Levi Mitchell comeback, well, that was what set it off. But with more on Rankin, it's great to be able to join once again Kenzie Lalonde.
Yeah, Marshall, Coach Killam said this week he's starting to see the return on investment with his team. In particular this week, the offense, quarterbacks, and receivers stuck around after practice just to run through the script one more time on their own accord. But in particular, it's Justin Rankin who steps up and goes above and beyond. He's often at the stadium before the quarterbacks. He's even sitting in on quarterback meetings just to learn more. Thompson with the best quote this week, calling Rankin a total spark plug.
See if he can spark the offense here as Dunbar Jr. makes the grab along the sideline. And Killam was big on that this week with us. Lapos, he was talking about every single positional group was out there, but Rankin kind of leading the charge in terms of everybody staying after and getting extra work.
What I enjoy about Rankin is obviously he's great with the ball in his hand as a running back. But since Cody Fajardo's taken over, what's happening? He's starting to catch the football more. He had 7 catches last week. He had a wheel route for a touchdown. And Cody's ability to see, it's covered, I'm going to give a check down, is paying dividends for Rankin, getting him more opportunities.
Going with Javon Leake here on 2nd down and 4. Fajardo looks outside. Easy money that time. Curly Gittens Jr. onto the stat sheet as he walks his way out of bounds after a gain of 13.
Little rub route to the wide side of the field. Draw this up. You're going to come here. You're going to work in, and you're going to go out. And if they both lift, you throw the underneath. You can see it happen right there. Get the natural little bit of rub. Get the ball outside to the wide side of the field. Easy picture for your quarterback. Curly Gittens Jr. out in the flat with space.
There's Beverett covering from his weak side. Linebackers follow, though. He'll line up just about everywhere in this Montreal defense. Has inside handoff and tracking it down inside. Wesley Sutton finishes it off, and Javon Leake gets another carry, but Lual Uguak, once again, the penetration from that Montreal front.
Why this happens is when you have run blitzes. Uguak does not have to play contain on the quarterback when somebody blitzes outside him. That's what's going to happen. He no longer has to contain the quarterback. You can see the 2 blitzers, and he can go right to the running back. So excellent run blitz by Noel Thorpe and their defense, stopping that zone read run.
Freeing up the 7th overall pick from a couple of years ago in Uguak. He plays quickly. Now they'll rush 4. Fajardo goes the opposite way to the wide side, and it falls off the hands. And Javon Leake upset with himself about that one as he's getting his opportunity in this offense with Rankin on the sidelines, but falls to the turf on 2nd and 9.
Ball's going to come out quickly. Easy pictures. Good recognition by Cody saying, hey, we've got them outflanked. I got Nijay Murray in a chase position. If we complete this, it's going to go up the sideline for the first down, just outside of Leake's hands.
Fajardo says, I'm completing 86% of passes under 10 yards. Come on! Even when you're on the money, doesn't mean it's always a completion. And Grace hammers this one down the field. Joshua Archibald giving a little bit of pressure, and Travis Tice falls into the waiting hands of Silas Hubert down the field. Tyson Middlebost right there, and Joel DeBlanco as well. As Tyler Sneed and the Montreal offense trying to find a way to get themselves into a rhythm as they have a 10-1 advantage here at Percival Molson Stadium against Edmonton.
What's new at McDonald's? Lower prices on your faves, like the McChicken, Filet-O-Fish, 6-piece chicken McNuggets, and Big Mac meals. Meals starting at $9.99 with medium fries and a medium fountain drink. Get your faves for less.
When your back hurts, life hurts. Roback's dual-action formula relieves pain and relaxes tight muscles. Take back your back with Robax.
Imagine if your fave spot was always nice. Your usual? Perfect. Your friends? Right on time. As for your investments, well, imagine if everything was as good as gold.
If you're going to get anything done, you need a vehicle you can rely on. Our trucks hold their ground, just like the people who keep this country moving. Because in every Chevrolet truck, like every Chevrolet driver, dependability comes standard. The Chevrolet Employee Pricing Event is back on 2025 Silverado Crew Cab models. Get up to $11,300 cash purchase credit on a Silverado ZR2 now.
You're done.
It's ending, but we've got Twizzlers left.
He's getting away!
Twizzlers, keep the fun going.
Another season? Let's go!
The Montreal Alouettes trying to find their way through the haze as Tyler Sneed, one of the leaders on this offense, and somehow stacking up game after game after game. He doesn't seem intimidating, but he just keeps producing.
We talked about it, 20 targets in the last 2 games. 16 second down catches. The team trusts him. He plays this boundary slot position where you don't have to be really big. He's 5'7", 175, but he's fast. You can use him a number of ways. He understands how to sit down in zones. Very talented receiver.
Travis Tice, the running back on this play, is plunging up into the middle, and Noah Taylor right there to stack him up and bring him down. But Tyler Sneed, Montreal's go-to receiver the last couple of games, really at various chunks throughout the season, but a team-high 20 targets, as you said, Lapo, 14 catches over the last couple of games as well.
Downfield first on this team in 30-plus yards. He does have good speed. He can do the speed sweeps, all the underneath things, and usually that guy is the boundary slot is one of your smartest football players.
Blitz is on here from Edmonton. McLeod gets it away. Cole Speaker underneath, cuts back, makes a tackle, miss, and then dives for the first down. Had to earn that one on 2nd down and 9. And I think Speaker went and got it. He did. What an effort from 17.
It's protection is what helps you. Watch Tice right here. He's going to have to be in a one-on-one situation in the blocking scheme. Great pickup right there to give the lane, to get the ball to Cole Speaker. Speaker makes one miss and gets North-South for the first down. The protection was key. First quarter, there is issues with protection. Tice is on point.
McLeod comes to the right. Eyes are moving all over the place, and Noah Taylor right there once again. 2nd time on this drive. Taylor on the finishing end for the double E.
As we talked about, McLeod said, I got to get better at this system. I got to get trust. He looks to his right. He didn't trust the picture. Normally you pre-snap that and you throw it over there. He just didn't have a great feel for it, so he flips his hips. He can't find his backside receiver yet, so that forces the scramble. It's not really a protection thing. It's just he's uncomfortable where he started his eyes, and then he can't find anybody. He climbs back, tries to scramble for the yardage.
Montreal takes out the double fullback set here, goes back to a more traditional set. Check down underneath, and Sneed on the receiving end as Niles Morgan drives in and makes the play that time. And it is short of the sticks. Montreal thought about it for a second, but the punting unit comes out.
A couple extra dogs. Dogs are linebackers blitzing off the edge. Okay, and then a little twist beside it. The check down is there, but the problem is when you're 2nd and 10, the check down's not going to get you the first down. Good pressure by the Elks. A little bit of twisting and bringing their linebackers.
Morgan and DeBlanco right there, as Joel DeBlanco had a career game last week, 9 defensive tackles in his first ever start. Played 25 career games now. Chipping in on defense as this one drops over the head and skips out of bounds. Javon Leake staring that one down with the hands on the hips. A 10-1 lead for the Alouettes.
My memory is Montreal's river that I'm in. New Orleans is sinking man, and I don't wanna swim.
Nice, the hip.
Little Gordy on a Friday night. How about that?
Yes. As an American, I knew about the tragic hip. Why? When I worked at RPI, there was a bunch of Canadians on the hockey team. And they taught me, hey, you got to listen to this band. All right, I'll listen.
Heard about this small-time Canadian band. You might want to
Kingston.
Listen for a second. Fajardo, pick play action, puts it out. Stephen Dunbar makes the grab, pushed out of bounds by Lorenzo Burns.
Lorenzo Burns been a very good player this season. 31 defensive tackles, had 8 tackles last game. A lot of motion, a lot of movement around, trying to get Dunbar out in space. Burns is right there, fights through all the motion to make the tackle for a very, could have been a huge play, makes it only an 8-yard gain.
Edmonton drives so far in this ball game. The first one was a punt. Came with a rouge for a single point. Since then, 4 straight punts and no points on the board as Justin Rankin gets the handoff inside and backed up deep in their own end. He plunges his way forward to the 15.
A lot of extra people at the line of scrimmage. More extra linemen. You're covering all the gaps on short yardage as the ball winds back here. The defense stays home. What does that mean? Make sure they cover their gaps. Wesley Sutton is the guy who makes the tackle. He has to add in as the receiver adds in. He's right there to make the play. Sutton's puts it in a good position. You know, listen, if you just only hold them to 1 less yard, they're 3rd and 1 going for a quarterback sneak. Great stop by Wesley Sutton and this defense not overplaying their gaps.
Everybody in their gap that time. Team defense holding strong for the Alouettes. And a short kick this time, caught in Edmonton territory. Travis Tice wrapped up and brought down DK Baum right there once again.
Tell you what, the punters' moms are really fired up tonight. Really excited.
Cody Grace got banged up last week after recovering a kick that was short. He chased it down. This time it's the coverage unit getting it done for Grace. Mark Killam and the Elks.
Buttery pan-baked crust that's crispy on the outside, fluffy on the inside, and topped with melty provolone, mouth-watering mozzarella, and your favorite toppings to the edge. Get medium 1-topping pan pizzas for $12.99 each at Domino's.
Hello.
Hi, remember me? We bought your old house.
Yes.
We brought some mail.
Oh.
Hey.
The diaper subscription. I forgot to cancel it.
Yeah.
Oh, I bet the memories are coming back now. The Bebo app helps you keep an eye on where your money's going.
Like how?
Well, for one, it would have told you this subscription price had gone up multiple times.
It's a lot of diapers.
Well, extra's good. So where's the baby?
Oh, he's right here. This is the baby.
And that ain't no baby.
Bebo. Style or substance. Somehow, it became one or the other. But there is another choice. Not stopping until you have everything. In the GMC Sierra Denali Ultimate, the GMC employee pricing event is on now. Get a cash purchase rebate of up to $12,000 on a 2025 GMC Sierra Denali Ultimate today.
If you're looking for the most value for your manja, you should move to the east side. You always get more than you can manja with these side Mario's all-you-can-eat soup, salad, and garlic home loaf.
6:32 remaining here in this first half. Noel Thorpe talking it over with his defense on the bench. And with more, let's go down to Luke Wilson.
You know, Marshall, in the game of football, you get physically beat. Everybody does. And right now, that's happened to Edmonton. They've had a couple bad drops, have been beat up front on a few plays. But I think what is going to be most annoying is when they get mentally beat. And we went over this play earlier, and these are huge moments because if you look here, you got 2 guys that go to Lemon. And there only should be one. One should be filling in that gap, and instead you got Sankey just unloading on your quarterback. Again, this is an X and O thing. Now you go back here, and it's a bit of a weird look. I get that Lemon's outside, but Green, the fullback, he's indecisive. He doesn't know really where to go. Should he be out to Lemon? Should he come down to Sankey? He plays right in between the two of them. Doesn't really block either of them, and it's a tackle for a loss. So again, you look at these things, and it's not necessarily getting physically beat, which they have done tonight. But mentally, it just seems like they're unaware at times. They're just really jamming themselves. And that's why they have 1 point with 6 minutes to go in the second quarter.
Yeah, trying to sort things out.
Both teams, you can see both teams are making sure their quarterback doesn't hurt them too much, especially McLeod Bethel Thompson here. A lot of runs on 1st and 10, not a lot of deep shots downfield.
Sean Thomas Earlington in the backfield. They'll pass protect this time. It's quick throw to the right-hand side. It's hauled in by Tyler Sneed. Kobe Williams there for the tackle, but not until another Alouettes first down.
McLeod Bethel Thompson sees pressure. Linebacker's going to blitzing. That's going to tell you it's man coverage on the outside. So he takes the closest throw to him, the speed out cut to Sneed. Very accurate throw, lets him run with it. Good recognition. Excellent accuracy on the throw on the outside to Sneed.
Sneed revving and ready here tonight in Montreal. Fired up playing in front of the home field crowd as McLeod Bethel Thompson pressure on, and his feet disrupted that time. That feels like McLeod Lapo settled in on, you know what, no matter what, I'm going outside here, and then all of a sudden the pocket collapses.
I like what McLeod did here. He was trying to throw a slant. The linebackers dropped right out, and you know, when you have a run action like this, this is going to not hold up very long. You see him pull it, try to get the ball in the perimeter because he didn't want to throw the interception on the inside. It's just a little bit longer throw to the wide side. But he pulled it down because the linebackers didn't bite for the play action.
First target for Alexander Hollins. Had just 1 target last week as well. 6 receivers available this time, and they go with, almost looked like it was going to be a hook and ladder there on the outside. And Jason Moss dial up something fun and different, but Noah Taylor doesn't care what the design is. He just goes and make the play.
And what a hook and ladder means, you're going to throw the screen to the outside, and then you'll see the running back running over here on the outside, and as the running back comes over to this spot, Sean Thomas Earlington, they're almost about to, Rambo's about to flip it to him. Rambo sees there's a lot of bodies there. He says, no, I'm going to probably hold on to it, and let's see what we get. I call that a whiskey bottle play, Marshall, because when you call that, sometimes it doesn't work. Whiskey bottles get thrown from the top of the stadium down on your head.
Jose Maltos Diaz from 42 yards away hammers this one. No doubt the leg strength of Maltos Diaz as he fires it through.
Jose.
No doubt.
Spent some time with him in Ottawa. He was on the practice squad for us. And he just kept biding his time for his opportunity. I talked to him before the game. He says, hey, I live in Mexico. I do real estate. I come up here for my passion, for my dream to be this, and he's having a great year.
The highly anticipated new series based on the best-selling novel, The Rainmaker. We're not talking about Jose Maltos Diaz. Starts Saturday, August 16th on USA Network and stream next day on Crave.
I assume that's a John Grisham, playoff John Grisham.
Ball flip outside this time. Justin Rankin falls forward, blocking downhill. Rankin with a nice pickup on first down. Najee Murray right there at the point of attack.
I like this. We've got to get Rankin the touches. We're not doing a great job running it inside. Let's throw a bubble screen. Get it out to Rankin. Get some blocking on the perimeter. Put us ourselves in second and short.
And Rankin with the always nerve-wracking tying of the shoelaces in between snaps with a CFL play clock. The pressure is truly on.
And a lineman with his shirt off in the backfield. Not a shirt off, but not tucked in. That's totally out of place. Running over here. Watch him waggling here.
Plenty of motion for Edmonton. Fajardo plays off it. Quick curl underneath and trying to get all the bodies moving to the left that time, Lapo, and then all of a sudden, boom, there's Curley.
Let's watch Grahovic right here. Watch this big guy right here. They don't get this opportunity. He doesn't even have his shirt tucked in. But as he runs across, he's going to be doing the ball hook. Watch him release down. I'm going to be over the ball. Throw me the ball. Oh, look at him. He handled Sankey, kept everything inside. Great play by the extra offensive line.
I was open, Cody. Complaining back in the huddle we hit the 3-minute warning, the screen game cashes in. They have punted on 6 straight possessions, but a gain of 43 for number 5. Justin Rankin gets loose. See if Edmonton can cash in when we return to Montreal.
Yum, yum, good food. Ah, yum, 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 yum. Oh, what's this full feeling? I should loosen my... Oh, I don't wear any pants. Huh? Enough to eat. Good food.
Hello, Intact Insurance.
I borrowed my mom's car and scratched it pretty bad. She's gonna be so mad.
Don't worry, we'll take care of it.
The insurer that offers its clients the largest auto service center network in the country.
Thanks for helping me out.
That's Intact.
We know that the remarkable happens when East meets West, coming alive in our shared passions, our creative pursuits. And here in Sapporo, you too can discover the remarkable where East meets West.
We are made in Canada. Homegrown, Canadian-owned and operated. We're neighbors, friends, family. We're more than just made in Canada. We're a fabric of Canada.
Buttery pan-baked crust that's crispy on the outside, fluffy on the inside, and topped with melty provolone, mouth-watering mozzarella, and your favorite toppings to the edge. Get medium one-topping pan pizzas for $12.99 each at Domino's.
For the first time ever, it's Leon's Swipe and Save Super Sale. Swipe and save up to 50% on select furniture and mattresses, even sale prices. And swipe and save up to 50% on select appliances. Leon's. Now that's comfortable.
I know what you're thinking at home. It is 13-1. What is the panel going to talk about? For the first time ever,
we're taking suggestions.
We're going to break down punting. Enoch?
451 yards of punting in the first half.
You got to get the stat right.
Might even be more.
As I said, the punters' moms are really excited, right? Hey, the punters' moms are like, hey, this is a great game for my son.
Don't get too excited back in studio about punts. Look where the ball is. Fajardo punts to his left, trying to get away, and eats the football. Live to play another day. Dylan Wynn ends this one off.
Trust his eyes sometimes. You got to trust your eyes. Well, let's go back to the big play to got him down there. 2 people come across, and you're going to get the underneath coverage to go. All right, run it, guys. You're going to fake an inside run. Pause it there, guys. Look at all those players. You've moved everybody on this side of the field. You fake the reverse. Then you get the ball. McKellar gets a great play. That's what you try to do to aggressive defenses. Make them look at 3 different things.
Fajardo, deep drop, steps forward in the pocket, climbs, and goes underneath. Darkel Smith makes the grab as he's
so excited. I left my screen stuff on. My God, drawing up the double screen. I loved it off the reverse.
Robert Kennedy makes the play here, and again trying to get creative with this front from Montreal. That, man, you stack the line of scrimmage with all those bodies, and living is tough for Cody Fajardo.
And just unfortunately, like, I think if Cody locates his football, he got a chance to run it in. You can see his disappointment. The ball's a little low. The previous play, I thought if he just trusted his eyes and just threw it out to the sideline, he gets a completion. So you got to finish with points here. Disappointing here. Great stop by this defense for the Owls. Worst in the CFL in the red zone this season.
Homecoming for Quebec native Vincent Blanchard as he hammers this one through. And it's a 13-4 score with Montreal leading Edmonton's first 6 drives, 45 net yards. Ended up with about 63, 64 yards on that drive. As halftime coming up, they'll break it all down for you. Kate, Enoch, Chesney, and Milt taking a look at everything that's happened here on Friday Night Football thus far.
And that's a big win. I go back to that. Like, I talked to Noel Thorpe before the football game. Last year, they were the best, maybe in the history of the Owls, at keeping you out of the red zone. First in the Canadian Football League last season. Right now, this stat that amazed me, they are last in the Canadian Football League in giving up red zone scores. Worst in the CFL. 75% of the time they're giving up touchdowns. So a huge stop inside the 10.
Noel Thorpe working working his way down the bench. Goes from Arthur Hamlin to Wesley Sutton. He'll keep talking it over regardless of whether or not the defense hits the field. Again, his inside handoff, and they'll whistle this one dead. I thought it was interesting, Cody Fajardo saying, I kind of wish I would have picked Mo Thorpe's brain a little bit. I might have had some of the answers to the test of, hey, how would you defend me if we were in this game? But swapping places, kind of the theme of the night here as McLeod Bethel Thompson goes against the old defense that played with in Edmonton, even though there was obviously moving pieces on both sides of the ball there.
Yeah, I think sometimes it's like we have really good players and we're going to rush the passer. We're going to come after you. Don't worry about you. Keep doing you. Right? Keep doing what you need to do throughout the course of the game. Don't worry about our scheme.
See if MBT can find a solution on 2nd and 6. Throws this one to the open spot. And it's complete. Alexander Hollins, the former BC Lions standout. Here in red and blue in a gain of 15 for 15.
All the way up to the top, but watch him settle right here. He sees an inside player right there. McLeod throws it inside. He starts to settle, recognizes, and just bounces in to take that ball away. Catches with his body. Provides a little cushion before he takes the hit. Excellent veteran play.
He crosses the formation here. Quick throw aside. Charleston Rambo. And an absolute mess from the Edmonton defense. Bodies flying all over the place. And Jackson flies down and makes the play.
BTL, not the band. Behind the line of scrimmage throws. You're going to have a little bit of a screen pass. You throw it back across. Cordell Jackson, the high halfback. Watch him recognize it, see it, come down, make the tackle in the backfield. We're actually for a 1-yard gain. Cordell Jackson, good recognition of the screen pass.
Pursuit speed that time from the entire Edmonton defense. Got the job done as McLeod rolls to his right. Flag comes out on a deep comeback. Charleston Rambo's got it, but did he push off in order to create a separation? It's a gain of 22 for now.
McLeod, who doesn't often use his legs, breaks contain to buy time to find a throw on the outside. We'll see what this play is. You can see McLeod right here. A little bit
defensive
of twist.
Pass interference. Edmonton number 29. Penalty is declined. It's going to be first down for Montreal. Premier essai Montreal.
J.J. Ross on that. Rambo's in a good position. Hey, McLeod does the most. He's not going to run for a lot of speed, but he's going to break contain when they don't play contain and find a throw downfield.
Slow it down. You see that the throw actually came out before the receiver was out of his break that time as McLeod now looks to the end zone over the top. Incomplete. Tyler Snead just couldn't grab it. As Bethel Thompson dialed up a home run shot and hit it foul.
Moves the free safety with his eyes, then goes back and tries to throw to the post in the middle of the field. And this is just the thing that bothered McLeod this season. He's like, I'm just not in rhythm. That's a second throw where he's got a wide open guy for a touchdown that he's missed both times in the end zone. You know that's frustrating him. Got beyond the same page.
Got another opportunity here. 2nd down and 10. 5 receivers available. MBT looks left. What can Ford do for you? Tyrell will return it all the way to the house.
We just talked about miscommunication, not sure what's happening. McLeod takes this throw to the wide side of the field. And if you are not on the same page as your receiver, it can be very dangerous. Tyrell Ford sees it, makes the play, catches it off a bounce, but runs it all the way back. When it's caught that far to the wide side of the field, there's usually nobody who can recover and make that play. Tyrell Ford with a touchdown, another scoring 25. We're 27 return touchdowns now. It's crazy what's happening this season.
Tyrell Ford coming over from Winnipeg. Monster season last year with interceptions. And this time in Edmonton, jumping the route.
This is whether it's miscommunication, whether there should have been a stop here or keep going. He keeps going. McLeod throws it like it's a hitch. Obviously not on the same page. Great concentration to make the catch, but very difficult when you're making this throw to the wide side of the field. If you are wrong, if you and your quarterback are on, receiver on the same page, that will be a guaranteed interception.
Well, if the field corner is throwing up peace signs before the 55 and you're eating your chin strap, something's gone horribly wrong. No way around that one.
Hey, and we have an interception by a defensive back on the Edmonton Elks. How about that? The only interception so far this season was Jake Serezna. So this is what the Elks need. They need some scores on defense. They need to help their offense. Defense has gotten steady improvement since the bye week in the last 2 weeks. Great takeaway for a touchdown.
Well, if you're McLeod Bethel-Thompson, I guess the pro is you get the football right back after a monster hit. With very little time left in the half, Leonard Johnson. As Tyrell Ford takes the field again with a flag down, and here's the interception.
He throws it all the way outside like the ball's going to be a 6-yard hitch. Receiver clears out and goes there.
Misconduct penalty, penalty de conduite. Montreal number 42, number 42. 10-yard penalty. It's going to be first down.
Well, and you think back to what could have been for the Montreal Alouettes, holding an advantage, 13-4. You missed the home run shot to Tyler Snead on the overthrow. The very next play is a pick six.
So a couple of points. The Edmonton Elks have the second fewest giveaways in the Canadian Football League, and they're still -5 turnover. Why? Because the defense has been awful at taking the football away. Only 7 all season long. That's exactly what they needed to do.
Montreal content to see themselves into the second half as Caleb Evans will kneel this one out. And back and forth we go in the first half here. A couple of return touchdowns as well, and making plays. Tyrell Ford, the game changer at the end of that first half, and Darnell Sankey's been making plays up and down the field, including this massive hit as well on Cody Fajardo as Darnell stands alongside our Kenzie Lalonde here to wrap the first half.
Well, Darnell, the headlines rather was all about the quarterbacks, but it's the defense in this game that's driving play. I want to talk about your sack. It felt like a statement moment. What did you see on the play?
Yeah, just relied off my instinct to go make a play. I've been meaning to make one, and I just went and did it. It was the best for the team. I read and react, to be honest. It was an instinct play. So
for your defense, how do you feel you're wearing down the Elks right now?
Yeah, it's a hard physical game, but we're still not playing the best we can. Missed assignment, and we could be tackling better. But you know what I'm saying? It's overall we're doing what we can, but we need to be doing more.
Any adjustments you want to see?
Yeah, just execution and no missed tackles, really. So that's it. We just got to keep flying around, having fun, and just playing with that swag we usually play with.
All right, have fun.
Hey, thank you.
Kate, over to you.
Kenzie, we're always having fun in here. Back alongside Enoch Mwamba, Davis Sanchez, Milt Stiegel, and all of a sudden we have some life in this football game. And apologies to all the punters' families out there. I promised we'd be speaking about you, but not any.
Back to Friday Night Football on a night where the quarterbacks were supposed to be the storyline. It is special teams and defense raising all the hell as it stands right now as Tyrell Ford is standing alongside our Kenzie Lalonde.
Tyrell, let's go back to the end of that half. Is there anything sweeter than a pick six?
A win. So, it's kind of just one play for now. We got to finish the game and, get a win.
How can your team use a play like that for momentum coming out here in the third quarter?
It happened going into half, so I feel like it kind of dialed down. But we just got to take turns making plays and have fun playing football, and we'll be fine.
Best of luck.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Not used to such rational discussion from a defensive back, but Tyrell Ford, as you see, a wrap on the right arm elbow and a shake of the head here from McLeod Bethel-Thompson coming out at halftime. Caleb Evans dialed in, warming up here and getting a lot of high fives, so it looks like it might be Evans to get things going. Hope opening up this first half as Montreal will receive possession. Travis Tice had the return touchdown in the first half for the Alouettes, their only major thus far. Bounces off a couple of tacklers, and as he usually does, finds more. Gets out beyond the 45-yard line as we see Caleb Evans coming out on the season, battling up and down, just 3 of 7 so far on the year. 15 carries for 40 yards, a lot of the short yardage, but he looks like he's got the reins for the remainder of this one.
And 16 touchdowns and 22 interceptions, that would be a concern. But if you look at McLeod Bethel-Thompson, he's 10 of 15, only 79 yards passing, and that difficult interception, missed a couple of throws. So you can put Caleb in. Caleb's got the ability to, they can still run the football, but he adds another element because he's got the ability to use his legs more in some quarterback run game, get him more involved.
Evans rolls to the right. This one in behind coverage. Tyrell Ford, who had the pick six, makes the tackle here on Alexander Hollins. A flag is down in behind the play as well.
Nobody on the perimeter right there, so Caleb can pull it, get on the gun on the outside, throw the deepest ball to Alexander Hollins on the outside, uses his legs, gets a first down on first down, moving the ball. We'll see what this flag is.
Got blocking downfield prior to the pass. Montreal, number 66. Numéro 66, Montréal a bloqué, a fait un bloc avant que la passe soit attrapée. C'est une pénalité diverse, a 10-yard penalty. Replay first down.
That's a tough one for the Montreal offense. Pierre-Louis Lestage, you got him right there, Lapo.
So right here, the offensive line, you're going to see them downfield. What does that mean? They're going to be across the line of scrimmage. Right here, they engage and make a block. You cannot block 4 to 5 yards downfield when the ball is thrown. The hard part of this in the zone read world, they think it's a run play, and when the ball's thrown, they're going to get called for that penalty.
Evans trying to get some of the yardage back. Cole Speaker makes the grab that time.
Good pickup by the refs because that penalty is not.
That's a hard one to call. Yeah, it's very difficult, especially with the number of RPOs and all the rest.
Ball's a little high. Caleb sees a soft spot in the defense. Speaker goes up, high points the football, makes a nice catch, survives contact with the ground.
I don't think there's been a defensive play that Tyrell Ford hasn't been involved in. The end of the second quarter, start of the third, as they empty this one out. 3 by 3 they go. Evans trying to get away from pressure. Serezna chased him down, skips away, and will throw it out of bounds.
More pressure from linebackers, and a little twist as they come around. Jared Brinkman's trying to get there. When you have a defensive lineman on the edge, it's harder. It's not his athletic player. Brinkman couldn't make the tackle. Caleb just throws it away, prevents the sack. And this is what Caleb will give you different than McLeod, who'll be able to use his legs to create a little bit. Defensive line showing up for the Elks. Really good stops.
Montreal, not much production, but it's not as though you're in a big hole. I mean, at this point, you're up by 2 with Caleb Evans at the controls of this offense. Now it's time for Montreal's defense. The calling card of their success over the last couple of years to try and shut down Cody Fajardo. This Fajardo, so familiar with what this group is about, now he has to find a way to solve them at home, Montreal.
The fact that this Reese's ad showed up at this exact moment proves that your devices are listening to your stomach.
Ford employee pricing is here.
You need to do it more natural, you know, like, it's here.
It's here.
It's a great time to get into a Ford.
It's the highlight of the summer.
Because you pay?
What we pay on this F-150.
On this Mustang Mach-E.
On this awesome Maverick.
People ask, when's the best time to buy a Ford?
It's now.
Right now, get Ford employee pricing on virtually all 2025 Ford models.
What's not to love?
There's a feeling you get when the monsters come.
Dinner differently at Tiv's with value-packed $8.99 dinner deals. First, pick your main.
like a cheesy flatbread pizza, a satisfying supreme stack, or a seriously loaded wrap. Then add a delicious side and a drink. Combo your way with so many tasty, freshly prepared options for just $8.99. Now that's a real dinner deal. You're invited to dinner at Tim's from 5 to 11 p.m.
Cody Fajardo, 79% passer so far this season with Edmonton, and of course his time in Montreal, finding ways, evolving with the Jason Moss offense to try and take more and more shots down the field, but just controlling the temperament of this team as a whole. And of course, they led to Grey Cup greatness. So special to be back here in Montreal for him.
One of the things like you just talked about, Marcia, his deep ball accuracy. They were the best deep ball throwers in the CFL last year. And what they do, a lot of screens, a lot of underneath plays, and occasionally after a couple first downs, coach took a shot, was able to make touchdown plays.
This time he goes underneath. Curly Gittens Jr. working the screen game, dances away from 2 and 3 defenders and up close to a first down, as well as the Grey Cup throw that a lot of people will remember forevermore.
3rd and 5, game on the line. This throw to Speaker, this defined the Grey Cup. The next one, Tyson Philpott for the touchdown. I'll tell you what, 3rd and 5, game on the line. He takes the deep throw. If he misses that, he's the dog. He can't win. Winnipeg wins the game. He says, I'm taking the throw. We're going to make the play. Touchdown very next play. Earned the MVP.
The efficiency, something he prides himself on, but there's been a couple of times in his career where he's loved to put the hammer down and take those deep shots. We'll see if he does here. 1st and 10, and on the deep crossing route, Wesley Sutton there in coverage on Keon Julian Grant, incomplete.
And you're right, we do forget sometimes that he's the all-time leading passer in the Canadian Football League history with a 71% completion. Sometimes hard to have completion percentage when you have pressure up front. A little bit of twist. Uguak gets there. As the offensive linemen get on different spots, he can't throw that deep crossing route because of Uguak and the D-line doing their twist game for the Owls.
Fajardo going to work the leader of only the second fourth quarter comeback for the Alouettes in Grey Cup history. The other, Anthony Calvillo, now on the Alouettes coaching staff, as Fajardo takes off, uses the leg, slides down around the Edmonton 40-yard line. We'll see where they spot this one as Ben Major takes a look at it.
Montreal goes to play coverage, only rush 3 defenders. When you do that, you're playing everybody dropped out. You should have plenty of time to scramble, find what the areas of the field that are open. Cody takes that seam, goes upfield for the first down. For the 3rd and 1 play.
Yeah, absolutely. Short yardage here as Tyrell Richards on the play that time around. Had 3 defensive tackles and 4 special teams tackles against Saskatchewan last week. Now the short yardage team plunges into the middle. Jeffrey Canton-Arcou signaling that he hopes they got the stop, but Fajardo climbs his way off the bottom of that pile.
Cody Tick kept it himself. They saw, hey, let's just go with a tempo one. Let's go right off tackle. Keep your legs driving. Elks O-line gets underneath. Great pad level. It's underneath the defense. Cody falls.
I got lucky on that one as Sean Oakman came flying through. I'm not sure if you want to sneaking anywhere near number 2 for Montreal.
Guy. You may want to get underneath him. You could get underneath him. He's a big guy.
Tyrell Richards, Isaac Adeyemi Berglund, Sean Oakman, Jeffrey Canton-Arcou, Sean Lemon. Man, it is a stacked front as Fajardo throws into it here. Curly Gittens Jr. And the Montreal defense rallies, including Lemon, to make the tackle.
Robert Kennedy's recognizing the throw behind the line of scrimmage. He's in an outside area. Notice all these players at the line of scrimmage is forcing Cody to get the ball out of his hand quickly, but there's a low zone player, Kennedy, right there, forces the ball back to his teammates as Cody has to get the ball out as Beverett shows up. Defense flying around. Sean Lemon there. A lot of energy from this Alouettes defense saying, hey, we can make our own plays.
Junior makes the grab this time. Fajardo looks to the outside, stepping back to fence coverage and across the 55 into Montreal territory. The catch is made that time. Benjamin Victor.
Victor had 1 catch for 4 yards last week from Ohio State. This is a long, big boy throw to the wide side of the field. When everybody's at a high position to the wide side of the field, Cody sees this quickly, and he throws it immediately. He says everybody lifts in a zone. The halfback, Kennedy, is not going to be able to make the play because he's an inside player. Get the ball to Victor, then make one miss because there's so much width to the field. North-south for the first down.
Steal an extra couple of yards that time as Edmonton goes back to the ground game. Rankin, stutter steps, patience, and puts his head down, and a flag comes down at the end of the play. And who is it that they threw it on this time? Several offensive linemen down the field trying to push the pile.
I believe it's going to be the left, whoever's playing left tight end. I believe it's Grahovic. Still got his shirt untucked. You can hear from the sideline the coach is yelling holding.
Edmonton, number 59. Retenu numéro 59 Edmonton.
Spot on.
10-yard penalty. We're going to replay first down. On va répéter le premier essai.
So real difficult. This is what Edmonton has struggled with a couple of weeks. Is now you're sitting here at 1st and 20. He's the tight end right here. You will see immediately, and I heard immediately from the sideline that he's trying to run out as the play's trying to run outside. Right there, he turns. He cannot, he's got to disengage there. He cannot continue to hold at that point. Forces this 1st and 20 situation.
We have to reset the clock to 8:33.
See what Fajardo's approach is here on 1st and very long. 3 receivers into the short side of the field. Looks the other way. Throwing the deep out of this one. Up in the air, and Kennedy right there on the coverage with Victor.
Kennedy's done his film study. One player's going to come under. One's going to go in the deep flat. The corner comes under. Kennedy will recognize it. And he's going to undercut the throw. Why? Because this ball's in the air so long. You want your field halfback to have the range to run downfield and make the play. Kennedy saw this play in the last 2 weeks for the Elks. Great stop.
Interesting watching Davis Alexander stare that one down from the background. And the Montreal bench is slip screen this time, and Edmonton just trying to get whatever they possibly can. Jeffrey Canton-Arcou flies up, makes another play.
Not trying to put Cody in any difficult positions. 3rd and 15 a couple weeks ago. A lot of long yardage passes. Created a lot of sacks. Here, get the ball out on a screen pass. Hopefully you can make some blocking. Don't force a bad play or an interception. Let your defense go on back on the field.
Fajardo with the ball cap back on the sideline. Working things through. Blanchard is punting this one away. And not sure what happened with Cody Grace, but the kicker handling the punting responsibilities at this point for Edmonton, and Grace right there on the sideline. A little tap on the head. Mark Killam talking through the Quebec native as Montreal has possession on Friday Night Football.
What a lousy little lunch. Get your footlong picks at Subway for under $10. 5 classic footlongs topped with fresh veggies are yours for under $10 each. Only Subway makes it fresh like that.
Josh stares down the business end of his baby brother as he takes the reins on diaper duty. Back up? Nuh-uh. It's all on you, big bro. But Josh, oh, he comes prepared. Speed, reliability, Bell Pure Fiber Internet. Yes, when the Harmons switched to Bell, they only wondered why they didn't sooner.
Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash. The sweet scent of a honeymoon in Fiji. Moisturized with vitamin B3.
You better not be using all the Old Spice.
Ooh, can you get my bag?
My name's Kira. You can join me at DQ for Miracle Treat Day on Thursday, August 14th. Net proceeds of each Blizzard treat sold at participating locations will benefit your local Canadian Children's Hospital Foundation, providing treatment to kids like me. Miracle Treat Day, Thursday, August 14th.
Welcome back to Montreal as, hey, why not honor some Expos here tonight? Legends! Plenty of beautiful old school logos rattling around here at Percival Molson. Autographs before the game, honored at halftime as well. And never a bad night in Montreal when you get a chance to celebrate the Expos.
Andre Dawson opening the key. Look at this. They get a little
the red carpet treatment tonight.
Yeah, a little baseball field there.
Bring him back.
A lot of Expos. Look at that. Girls, families. That's great. Great to see.
Caleb Evans still in the game from McLeod Bethel Thompson. Hands this one off. Inside gain of 5 on first down. He's not the only baseball players in the house here in Montreal. Whoa! Who's that guy on the right?
Uh-oh, that's a throwback right there. I will say,
look at that
I love the Expos because in Windsor, back in the day when you were a kid, you played for the Windsor Expos. So I have a couple photos out there where I think the powder blue unis.
Amazing. The ultimate. I mean, that stance is, see who he moderned his game after. The second here is this pass to the outside. Sean Thomas Erlington dives for the first down. We'll see where they spotted is Thomas Erlington feeling that one a little bit and grabbing for his left hand or wrist right in front of the Montreal bench, and the training staff comes out. And Thomas Erlington obviously in a ton of discomfort right now, having a standout season in his 100th game in the Canadian Football League, and we'll step aside.
At Hyundai, our SUVs are a testament to everything we stand for, and everything SUV stands for. Solid, unique, versatile, sturdy, unmatched, valued, safe, uncompromising, valiant. At Hyundai, we put the SUV in SUV. No wonder 94% are still on the road after 10 years.
The Fantastic Four deserve a fantastic pizza with 4 different topping combinations. So there's something for the whole team!
Get a Fantastic 4-in-1 pizza, only $9.99 at Little Caesars. Hot and ready.
For the first time ever, it's Leon's Swipe and Save Super Sale. Swipe and save up to 50% on select furniture and mattresses, even sale prices. And swipe and save up to 50% on select appliances. Leon's, now that's comfortable.
We are made in Canada. Homegrown, Canadian-owned and operated. We're neighbors. Friends. Family. We're more than just made in Canada. We're a fabric of Canada.
Party's over.
But I've still got Twizzlers.
Whoa! Party on!
Twizzlers, keep the fun going.
Sean Thomas Erlington headed to the sidelines under his own power, but obviously banged up following this one. 4th in the Canadian Football League in yards after contact. And he was fighting for more as he usually does, but man, just got his hand trapped in an awkward position.
Yeah, his wrist, you'll see his wrist gets banged up on this, and it looks like a lot of pain. Great extra effort by Sean Thomas Erlington to put this position of a short yardage play. Hopefully he's okay.
Caleb Evans fights his way through the defense. Is losing the bucket that time is number 43, Brock Mogensen. And Caleb Evans and the offense for the Montreal Alouettes really banged up at this point in the season, trying to steady the rhythm of this football game, find some production, but they are down to their 3rd string quarterback.
Well, and defensively it doesn't get much better with Duquois out of the football game. You see Davis Alexander right there. Deontay Evans came in this week to start. They signed four defensive players this week to their practice squad and started one of them.
Blitz is on. Evans trying to get the screen away. This time flips it to the sideline. Tyler Sneed thought about cutting it back. Got what he could. Kenneth Logan Jr. drags him out of bounds, but Caleb Evans using his feet that time for a gain of 13 to extend the play.
I believe this is a screen pass, and Caleb doesn't like how the screen pass looks. Then he scrambles out. You can see Tice right there. Great coverage underneath. So he just used his legs. Ceresma's there for the screen, so he starts to scramble. Finds Snead underneath. Is able to get the play downfield.
It's having some fun extending the play as the snap comes up. He hands it off inside. Travis Tice keeps the legs turning here on first down. Only other listed running back on the Montreal roster here tonight. A couple of fullbacks rest as well in David Dallaire and Jacob Mason, but Deshaun Thomas Erlington down for now. Looks like Tice will get the remainder of the carries.
Strong underneath run here. Just finds the crease. His patience. Waits till he gets through, and then he just keeps his legs moving. When you keep your legs moving, you pick your legs up, you're going to finish. You're going to turn a 4-yard gain into an 8-yard gain. He's going to have to do returns also, so it's going to be a busy night for Tice. But he seems to like the ball in his hands.
Evans, quick throw, complete. Well, Blanco flying out to finish off Charleston Rambo, but nice rhythm throw that time from Caleb Evans.
This is a play back in the days when I had Caleb Evans. Like, this was one of the things he threw very well to the top of the screen, like the quick in-breaking route, or slant if you want to call it. Doesn't have to read much defense, just locate the football on the inside. Nice throw to Rambo for the first.
Rambo gearing it down as well to give a little bit of extra time for Caleb Evans, who makes the throw with 3.5 minutes remaining here in the third. Evans pumps it to the flats, looks downfield all day. Now trying to back shoulder this one and throws it out of bounds, incomplete in the general vicinity of Rambo.
A little bit of heavy play action with some motion. Caleb moves to the outside. He's got a lot of time to throw, looking downfield. Can't find anything, so he just throws the ball to Rambo, trying to make that play. Trying to give him some easy throws. He didn't trust the underneath stuff. He's got plenty of time, just tries to throw it up to Rambo. Protected throw right there.
Numbers game certainly supported Evans' decision. 3 different defenders running with the flat route that time. Evans trying to push the football down the field, incomplete. 2nd and 10. It's a 3-man rush. Evans looks over the middle, checks it down. Tice is going to have to earn it the hard way. Breaks 2 tackles and then steps out of bounds by his own volition. It's another first down for the Alouettes.
When you rush 3, drop everybody out. You can't get the deep downfield throws, so find your check down. Travis Tice is a guy who will make people miss. DeBlanco can't make the tackle. Get him the ball in space, and great things will happen. You're never going to go broke when you're putting money in the bank, Marshall, so you keep handing it. However you can get it to Travis Tice, let him make plays. Good decision by Caleb Evans.
A score zone snap, a rare score zone snap here for the Montreal Alouettes as play action into the end zone. Speaker! Touchdown Elks!
Speaker gets behind the defense. No safety in the middle of the field. Caleb makes him pay. Just gets enough time. Difficult to be able to make that coverage from the outside for Kobe Williams on the post in the middle of the field with no safety help.
9 plays, 79 yards in 4 minutes, 40 seconds. The 4th touchdown of the season for Cole Speaker, as he now takes the lead over Tyson Philpott. Doink! That one hammered off the uprights. But Montreal with a 19-11 lead. But because of that extra point missing, still a 1-possession game for Cody Fajardo in his return. Now taking on Caleb Evans, starting for the Alouettes.
Buying a car is kind of a big deal, but you use the Car Gurus app. That's a price drop alert, so the deals come to you. Oops. Big deals right when you need them. Car Gurus. Download the app to find your best deal.
What's new at McDonald's? Lower prices on your faves. Like the McChicken, Filet-O-Fish, 6-piece Chicken McNuggets, and Big Mac meals. Meals starting at $9.99 with medium fries and a medium fountain drink. Get your faves for less.
This is the Tempur-Pedic Breeze mattress, and it's designed to help you feel cool. So no more sweating all night, no kicking off the covers or blasting the air conditioning, because only the Tempur-Pedic Breeze is made with our one-of-a-kind cooling technology that pulls heat away from your body, so the mattress feels up to 10 degrees cooler all night long.
Right now at Sleep Country, all Tempur-Pedic mattresses are at hot prices. Hurry, this offer ends soon.
Caleb's watching the throw. What happened on that last drive? Here's what happened. Jalen Garnes looking into the backfield. Do not, when you're playing free safety, look into the backfield, because you're going to give up the post in the middle of the field. As the motion comes here, a little bit of an action fake. Garnes is not where he needs to be. Puts Kobe Williams in a bind with no inside help. I'm not sure whether either Williams got to be inside position or Garnes can't be looking into the backfield because he's too low. Leaves Kobe Williams in a bad spot. DeBlanco's right about to get there. Caleb throws it right through DeBlanco for the touchdown. Big response by Caleb Evans and the offense of the Alouettes.
Garnes caught somewhere between St. Eustache, St. Jerome. I don't know where he was, but wasn't anywhere near Speaker, that's for sure. The all-important extra point. This at the end of that one. The 1-6 Edmonton Elks trying to find a way to power through. Late in the third, they find themselves trailing by 8. The always dangerous Javon Leak. Superman dives out of bounds. And again, decent starting field position for Cody Fajardo. How sweet it would be for Fajardo to lead a victory here on the road in Montreal with a return like this.
Yeah, 7 big play returns, first in the CFL for Leak. The other thing I think is really good here is the Edmonton Elks have a special teams coordinator as their head coach. For years, this Elks team struggled with big play players. In the return game, they never had any big play returns. Leak helps dramatically, but also their head coach having a good understanding of special teams.
Cody Fajardo averaging 301 passing yards in his 2 starts. Looking down the field underneath. And this one complete once again as Benjamin Victor starting to piece together. Nice second half. That one a gain of 11.
So here's what I would say about the, we talked about the injuries on offense. See this pretty picture. You see this play out here by Cody throwing this check down because the defense isn't giving him anything downfield. We talked about Ciante Evans getting his first start after being released by the Toronto Argonauts. Been on the street. So this defense has been decimated with injuries also. They signed 3 defensive backs this week. Brandon Dandridge, Ciante Evans, and they started Ciante Evans. Why? Because he knows Noah Sort's system. They've been together 2 different occasions.
Plug and play as this time deep crossing right up for grabs. And that one underthrown, looking for Keon Julian Grant as Wesley Sutton knocks it away.
Wesley Sutton buys his time. This is what's called a diagonal route. You go across the field diagonally. There's no help. Good position by Wesley Sutton. Gets his backhand out of the way, uses the long arm, the arm closest to the receiver to knock the ball down.
With all the changes in this Montreal defense, Sutton's going. And I've seen Fajardo to Keon Julian Grant plenty of times on the crossing route. This time tipped up in the air. Oh, Darnell Sankey. Nearly a spectacular interception. It falls to the turf, incomplete.
Sankey baited Cody. Cody knew he wanted to take this skinny post in the middle of the field, but Sankey is in a blitz look. You see all these people in a blitz look, but they bail out at the snap. When they bail out, watch Sankey. He runs right underneath. He sees his eyes, goes, I'm going to go underneath on the post route. It's just a little high. Can't make that interception. Great disguise by the defense of the Owls. Almost getting a pick there.
Reminds me of talking to Tyrese Beverett this week. He said, one time I picked off Cody in practice when he was here in Montreal. He said, hey, how'd you do that? Tried to take some notes, make sure he could correct the error moving forward as Tyler Snead back to return this one. It'll take an Elks bounce and running right into traffic. DK Bonhomme is inevitable on special teams. He goes and finds Snead once again, and Vincent Blanchard still handling the punting responsibilities at this point. So Cody Grace down and out as it stands, but the coverage team with Bonhomme doing everything they can.
Retenu, Montreal number 34, numéro 34. The 10-yard penalty, penalty diverge. It's going to be first down for Montreal.
And you can see for the Montreal team, Montreal's punt return team trying to help out Travis Tice, who's going to carry the ball a lot in this game. So what do? Tyler Snead takes that last punt return. See Coach Archambault making that adjustment. To change it up.
Yeah, on the sidelines as well. And former Manitoba Bison's quarterback now working as a special teams assistant, Des Catelier, as well as down there talking things over, as there are plenty of moving pieces for the Edmonton Elks on special teams, and Byron Archambault trying to just keep track of them all so we can keep his guys organized. But the Alouettes backed up deep in their own end here to begin this drive.
Inside the 5, very difficult. You got the goalpost to your left, but be careful what you're doing. Be careful how you're throwing the ball to your left.
Inside run this time. And Tice gets the carry going nowhere. That front all over it.
Good stop. This Elks run game defense has been excellent throughout the course of this night. Thomas Erlington left the game with 33 yards. Tice has got 18. Evans only 6. Niles Morgan and company, Joel DeBlanco doing a good job stopping the run, making it 2nd and long for Caleb Evans.
Danger zone here for the Alouettes. Clock hits zeros as Evans takes the snap. All day to throw. Rolls to his right. Completes this one. Big hit. As Alexander Holland's trying to bring a little bit of juice to the Alouettes sideline right in front of the bench. Up by 8 at the end of the 3rd quarter. It's brother down with McLeod Bethel Thompson on the sidelines, but Caleb Evans trying to step up and earn a home victory here.
Closed captioning is brought to you in part by Scotiabank. Bank more connections with everyday banking packages from Scotiabank. Scotiabank, you're richer than you think.
Buttery pan-baked crust that's crispy on the outside, fluffy on the inside, and topped with melty provolone, mouth-watering mozzarella, and your favorite toppings to the edge. Get medium one-topping pan pizzas for $12.99 each at Domino's.
Those kids walked out of those homes. No one pulled them out.
17 kids in one classroom. I want to know what happened. Why only hers? Talk to me.
Weapons. No playing.
Playoffs on TSN and TSN Plus. TSN Plus brings big-time football to a whole new level.
Oh, baby!
What a move!
With live enhanced data feeds of the CFL all season long.
I'm a fan. I want to see this more often.
Subscribe now and start streaming.
I'll start the season with Davis Alexander down to a hamstring injury. Then in comes McLeod Bethel Thompson. It used to be Cody Fajardo at the helm managing the football game. Caleb Evans might take a little bit of that energy here going into the 4th, Luke Wilson.
Yeah, Marshall, you said it. To me right now, when you're a 3rd-string guy, you want to come in, you want to make plays, you want to prove yourself. And this is where I think you really need to be a coach and say to Caleb Evans, hey, manage this game. Edmonton has 11 points, but let's not forget 7 of those were one of the worst pick 6 I've ever seen. Come in here, hand the ball up to Tice. He's run the ball well. Look at this push by the O-line. And when I say manage the game, it's not a bad thing. It's not a negative thing. Don't make decisions like this. The play's not there, throw it out of bounds. Hey, manage the football game. Don't come here and, oh, we're close to a pick. Do not do that. You'll get your shots. Jason Moss will dial it up. Again, you have the play action. Lapo talked about it. It's a great play call, especially with the run earlier. I cannot stand when guys use the term, he's a game manager, in a negative light. It's an 8-point game. Your defense is humming. Manage this win.
Absolutely. Trying to avoid the catastrophic mistake and still make some plays. That's the delicate balance here to begin the fourth quarter as they start with the ground attack on 1st and 10. Travis Tice again with Sean Thomas Erlington getting banged up earlier on in this one. And Jake Serezna making the play as Davis Alexander watches on with that hamstring injury.
And more to what Luke talked about for, obviously Caleb Evans' first start was, I was coaching him in Ottawa, and he actually never even played the preseason game because of the COVID times. And he went out and won his first game against the Edmonton Elks. Was his first ever start. But as a true rookie, you're going to make some mistakes. He made some mistakes that season, but now every year you get more reps. You have a better understanding what to do in a game. Make plays that don't hurt your team.
Pressure on here from the Edmonton defense. This one's up for grabs. And backpedaling, it falls. Cordell Jackson couldn't catch the arm punch that went up this time from Caleb Evans.
Pressure from the Elks. Blitzing off the edge. Everybody's in a one-on-one situation. He's trying to get the shot to the middle of the field. He knew it was blitz. He's trying to get Alexander Holland some football, but he gets drilled as he's about to throw it. That's why the ball's off. I talked to Danny Michochi, general manager of this football team, week 1, and he talked about Davis Alexander. He's like, he's a young quarterback. We have a great defense. We have great special teams. Just like Luke said, he doesn't have to do too much. Just keep making good decisions with the football, and our team will win football games. That's what they want out of Taylor.
Pressure on again from Noah Taylor as the punt gets sent away. Devon Lee calls it in. It is on 45 and crosses into Montreal territory. Great starting field position here for Edmonton. The FedEx St. Jude Championship continues tomorrow with third-round action. Coverage gets underway at 8 a.m. Eastern, 5 a.m. Pacific on TSN+. This is a par 3 at this point, based on where the football has been placed after Javon Leake's return. I mean, it's not exactly a gimme. There are no mulligans at this point in the fourth quarter, but you got an opportunity.
I think what's important here is they just can't, They've been sacked a lot in the Canadian Football League, the Elks. They just are in a position where they need 1 first down and they got 3 points in the bank. They've got to make sure they get some positive yardage here.
Gardo goes wide side. This one on a line, and Curly Gittens Jr. pushed it out of bounds by Tyrese Beverett, but another Elks first down.
Half. Early pictures. When corners run out of the picture, you're going to take the wide side throw when it happens. Cody sees it right away, throws the outside throw. Curly Gittens Jr., that's anticipation by a veteran quarterback. That's why he's one of the most accurate of all time. Sees the coverage, throws the ball in the zone where the defense vacates.
Good for 16 yards. Now they'll screen it back. Haven't said this name in a while. Stephen Dunbar Jr. makes a couple of men miss, and a flag flies as well as Darnell Sankey looking at the official who threw it down and complaining that he might have been held.
Double screen here, trying to separate the defense. Quick throw on the perimeter.
Illegal block illégal. Edmonton, number 19, numéro 19. The 10-yard penalty, penalty d'hiver. We're going to replay first down. On va rejouer le premier essai.
Curly Gittens Jr. with the penalty. Right here, Curly Gittens Jr. We'll see. I don't know if we can see it right there.
That's a lot.
Receivers on middle linebackers. Not fun to do.
Not a great matchup for Curly Gittens Jr. that time. Sankey, one of the best in the biz, as Sean Lemon flies around the edge.
As we started this drive, Marshall, we talked about this. You're in a position after a great return. You're almost in field goal range. You need positive yardage. What do? You get positive yardage, then the next play gets a penalty, then you take a sack. Now you're almost out of field goal range. Can you get back into field goal range? Pass protection's not there. Cody takes the sack. Best thing they can do is try. You're not going to get a first down here, but you got to make sure you can control yourself to get enough yards to kick a field goal here.
Second and forever. Flags come up on the snap, and they whistle this one dead. Are they going backwards again?
Prior to the snap, offside, Edmonton number 11. Hors-jeu, Edmonton number 11. The 5-yard penalty pour la petite Saint-Berge. We'll replay second down. On va répéter le deuxième essai.
Okay, on Julian Grant with the early movement. Makes this a 2nd and 33. Top of the screen here. All the way to the top of the screen. I'm sorry, he's a little bit early in his waggle in his motion.
Okay, we're going to reset the clock to 12:04.
So on a 2nd and 33.
On va mettre 12 minutes 4 secondes sur l'horloge.
Quick kick?
12:04.
No, I mean, you need 10 yards, right? You try to probably need 15 yards to put yourself at a 47-yard field goal. And that's just struggles when you're not being in a position to win football games and make critical mistakes at critical times.
Second and 12, Riviere away as Arkell Smith gets upended. Kennedy comes downhill. They tried to grab what they could.
Three starts this year for Robert Kennedy. Looks better and better and more comfortable at this field halfback position. Cody throws this ball out on the perimeter. Kennedy's the low player in the zone. Rallies up and makes the tackle. Does a good job of making sure he's high. I think Cody's talking to him, but you can stop and sit out there. Kennedy makes the play. I think he's saying, looks like, hey, turn it up. Tee it, what the term is called, tee it up, turn out. Don't run into the low player. I'll throw it so you can get north-south. This pushes a very long field goal.
Absolutely. Good eye on that one. It's a 54-yard attempt for Vincent Blanchard. And handling the punting. This one is an absolute bomb, but it misses. Wide to the left. Tyler Sneed runs into his own man. The ball came out. And is it a fumble? It is. Ran right into his own player as a wave of coverage was flying downfield. And Edmonton has life. Well, Shaylin Garnes is down on the field. Or excuse me, Deontay Evans. Just a massive collision on the return. And Sneed trying to get it out of the end zone. Players getting pushed into him left, right, and center. And Edmonton's all over it.
Dinner differently at Tim's with value-packed $8.99 dinner deals. First, pick your main, like a cheesy flatbread pizza, a satisfying supreme stack, or a seriously loaded wrap. Then, add a delicious side and a drink. Combo your way with so many tasty, freshly prepared options for just $8.99. Now that's a real dinner deal. You're invited to dinner at Tim's from 5 to 11 p.m.
Ford Employee Pricing is here.
You need to do it more natural, you know, like, it's here.
It's here.
It's a great time to get into a Ford.
It's the highlight of the summer.
Because you pay?
What we pay on this F-150.
On this Mustang Mach-E.
On this awesome Maverick.
People ask, when's the best time to buy a Ford?
It's now.
Right now, get Ford employee pricing on virtually all 2025 Ford models.
What's not to love?
My name's Kira. You can join me at DQ for Miracle Treat Day on Thursday, August 14th. Net proceeds of each Blizzard treat sold at participating locations will benefit your local Canadian Children's Hospital Foundation, providing treatment to kids like me. Miracle Treat Day, Thursday, August 14th.
massive opportunity here. The Edmonton Elks just one win so far on the season. 1-6 is where they sit. But Tyler Sneed trying to return this missed field goal out of the end zone. It's Wesley Sutton that ends up running directly into Sneed. Ball pops out, and the Elks are all over it here deep inside Montreal territory.
Big opportunity for a return, but the Elks special teams are on the case. We talked about how well the Elks special teams have played this season for their special teams coordinator, head coach. Another opportunity for a touchdown, given a short field for this offense.
Javon Leake in the backfield alongside Cody Fajardo. Slips out to the flats. Leake catches it at the 9, turns for the corner, dives, and he's pushed out of bounds.
Great awareness by Cody Fajardo. Free player coming off to the side of the back. He throws it out to Leake. Knows that Hamlin's going to be at a disadvantage. Throws it through the blitz. Out of the perimeter, put the ball at the 1.5-yard line, it looks like, Marshall.
Late substitutions here from Edmonton, and responding personnel package running in late for the Montreal Alouettes. Sean Lemon back in, Tyrell Richards as well. It's a long 1 yard. Fajardo stands in the shotgun. Takes the run. Fajardo wide open. Touchdown Edmonton. Keon Julian Grant in his return to Montreal is in the end zone.
Everybody looking for the run. Keon Julian Grant. Safety's out of the middle of the field. You can see everybody stopping the run with all the extra tight ends and everything. Just throw the ball in the middle. Quick action fake. Throw the ball as quick as you can. Nobody on Keon Julian Grant.
It's almost more difficult for Fajardo when he's that open. When you got that amount of time, you go, come on, I can't miss this. It's Niles Morgan.
Those are the scary ones, yeah.
And the special teams unit do their job, get possession back after the Tyler Sneed fumble, and that means that we have a 2-point ball game right now. They'll go for 2. Rankin stands alongside Cody Fajardo in his return to Montreal. And he throws a slant underneath Stephen Dunbar Jr. It's knocked away. Sionte Evans off the street into the ball game and knocks it away with a little conversation to the Edmonton sideline. As Cody Fajardo into the end zone, Keon Julian Grant. And the Elks have some serious life here, trailing by a pair of points in the 4th.
Cool off this patio season with Kelsey's new frozen cocktails. Don't miss new shareables like Big Rig Nachos, beef tenderloin lettuce wraps, and lemon pepper calamari.
Ford employee pricing is here.
Need to do it more natural, you know, like, it's here.
It's here.
It's a great time to get into a Ford. It's the highlight of the summer.
Because you pay?
What we pay on this F-150.
On this Mustang Mach-E.
On this awesome Maverick.
People ask, when's the best time to buy a Ford?
It's now.
Right now, get Ford employee pricing on virtually all 2025 Ford models.
What's not to love?
Feels good, doesn't it? Being more than human. But there's a price. Do you know what it is?
The Fantastic Four deserve a fantastic pizza with 4 different topping combinations. So there's something for the whole team!
Get a Fantastic 4-in-1 pizza, only $9.99 at Little Caesars. Hot and ready.
Mark Killam and the Elks are challenging this, whether this is a rub or a pass interference. Let's take a look and see what this is. This is going to be a corner out to the back of the end zone, and then this player is going to rub in front, and he's going to come underneath. When you play it, you see one's going right to go ahead and set a pick. He does run into that defender. I'm surprised that this won't be called because we definitely impede that player. But excellent play by Robert Kennedy, recognizing it, coming off and taking it.
Ben Major has the announcement.
Edmonton challenged on the last play. They wanted a pass interference. Upon review, the ruling on the field stands. So Edmonton loses their challenge and a team timeout. Edmonton a demandé révision du jeu. Il était d'avis qu'il aurait dû avoir une interférence contre le receveur. Après révision,
well, double frustration here because not only do you not get the 2-point, you don't get the pass interference, but also when you watch back that replay, it's Curly Gittens Jr. to the corner might have been the read on that. Well, there is plenty of room in the back of that Montreal end zone, but Cody goes underneath, and now they don't get anything.
Well, the farther those guys are on the perimeter, more you throw the deeper throws. So he doesn't take the deep throw. He goes to the pick. You know, it looked like a pick play to me. That's you coach it like a pick, and you say, don't run into the guy. Well, when they ran into the guy, and you don't get the call. So I'm surprised that the call wasn't made, but we shall see. Good response by the special teams. Regardless of that, good drive, finishing with the touchdown, put them in a position. Plenty of time left to make 2 points up. Mark Killam's special teams group standing up.
Not a whole lot of love for Killam after that decision on the lost challenge, as this one bounces off the chest of Travis Tice, picks it back up, but suddenly Montreal special teams are all over the place in the return category.
Trying to get downfield. Obviously, you can see Travis Tice doesn't have a lot of reps of this. Lets the ball come to his chest instead of the basket with his hands. Fortunately, no Elks defenders there.
Well, you want to talk pressure situations here. Caleb Evans now with a 2-point advantage as we go inside 10 minutes remaining in the final quarter, trying to hang on, but momentum obviously on the side of Edmonton. Evans makes the throw against pressure. Charleston Rambo tries to turn to the outside, and the defense flying around as J.J. Ross makes the tackle.
Difficult throws versus pressure. Pressure, I think it's from here in this part of the field. Nope, it's on the other side of the field. Brinkman coming in early on this play. Great accuracy from Caleb. It's so much different 2nd and 6 than 2nd and 10 trying to convert.
No drop this time. Quick throw. Rambo goes skyward.
And that's what I mean. Short, quick throws, strength of Caleb's, throwing the slants to the wide side of the field. The last time he's thrown a drop back pass, it was a slant to the boundary. Now they come back to run to this slant to the field. But the key is he was able to throw the ball on 1st and 10 with Brinkman barreling down on him and make that completion. I like how Jason Moss is calling this short underneath pass game, screen passes, giving Caleb easy pictures and throws.
Ross said this week they showed 39 clips from the game last week in their loss. Trying to learn from an embarrassing one as Evans trying to set some better memories on the table, and this one into double coverage, incomplete. Once again, Ross right there alongside Shaylin Garnes.
Every once in a while, you'll take a play action shot, see if you can get that opportunity to throw it downfield. Got behind the safety. Just missed on the throw a little bit on the outside. J.J. Ross, as you said, is there. Shaylin Garnes in inside position. Just hard to throw that between two defenders.
How aggressive is Montreal in this situation? From their own 37, hanging on to a 2-point advantage. 2nd and 10. Evans steps forward in the pocket, goes out to his left, and will get pushed out of bounds in front of the Edmonton bench.
And this is what Luke talked about here. Caleb starts to scramble. Protection breaks down a little bit. He's starting to scramble across to his left. Doesn't really have a receiver near him. He doesn't try to force anything. He doesn't stay there. He just climbs the pocket, escapes to his left. I'm just going to get as many yards I can to help this punt. Doesn't force a bad decision, as Luke talked about, managing the game.
Tyrell Ford, who had the pick six earlier in this ballgame on McLeod Bethel Thompson. They're on the spot of the field corner. You're not going to beat that man around the corner.
See how Montreal tries to kick here. Talit, then cross-field kick, which makes it harder for him to catch the ball.
Zeno one-steps it again and just hammers this one down the field. As the coverage unit right there, so 3 and 4, and then 34. Gagne gets another special teams tackle, brings down Javon Leake as Cody Fajardo coming into this week, one of the highest all-time completion percentages.
If you're looking for the most value for your manja, you should move to the east side. You always get more than you can manja with these side Mario's all-you-can-eat soup, salad, and garlic home loaf.
Hey, bada boom, bada bing!
Collision imminent. Collision imminent. Collision imminent. 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 Imminent.
Explore the 1931 Canada Census, and you could discover that thanks to your grandmother and her sister working at a cannery through the Great Depression, your family endured. Uncover your family story on Ancestry.ca.
What a lousy little lunch. Get your footlong picks at Subway for under $10. 5 classic footlongs topped with fresh veggies are yours for under $10 each. Only Subway makes it fresh like that.
It is a doubleheader of CFL action getting you going. 3 Eastern, Red Blacks and the Argonauts, as the Bombers and the Stamps round it out. Available for you across the country, of course, TSN. We'll see whether or not Calgary can get their mojo back. Winnipeg coming off a home victory as well. Last week, Willie Jefferson, a monster performance. See if he can replicate that against their Western foes as fellow Alberta rivals right here. Markel Smith falls in the completion from Cody Fajardo, trying to use that high completion percentage I mentioned just a second ago. Lapo to try and churn out some yardage.
Empty the backfield. 3 here, 3 here. When you take 3 of them and then you just drop them in empty zones, somebody's going to be open underneath. Just locate the football, get you a 6 or 7 yard gain. Smith's in a good spot. Kenton Arku can't make the play.
Gain of 8 leaves 2nd and 2. Fajardo, quick throw out to the flats. 1-on-1, Wesley Sutton able to bring down Keon Julian Grant at the touchdown just a few short minutes ago, but not until another Edmonton first down.
Quick throw into the backfield. Trying to get these throws, get everybody to collapse inside, throw the ball out on the outside immediately. Ball out, force the defender over the top. Sutton can't make the play because the ball's out so quickly. A little bit of a rub play to the boundary on the stick play. Let's run a lot. I still see my guy Grahovic has not tucked his shirt in. We have to get pictures of this.
Fajardo throws it up for grabs and nearly intercepted. That's Don Callis. Almost had the pick.
Cody gets whacked here as he's trying to throw this. That's why he pushes this a little bit far. Excellent play on the outside. Just getting a piece, Callis. Or else that could have been a huge catch.
Signed this week as well. Into the lineup here. Making plays in the 4th quarter. 5:50 remaining. Fajardo pumps, pressure on, checks it down underneath. Justin Rankin, one-on-one with Wesley Sutton, turns the corner, and somehow on 2nd and 10, Justin Rankin finds a way, came in with 19 missed tackles forced, and he's doing it again in the 4th quarter for a gain of 13.
One of the reasons Cody Fajardo works so well with this system is how he can get the checkdowns going. When he recognizes, I don't have anything, there's my checkdown player. You just mentioned it, Marshall. Rankin last week had 6 missed tackles on only 12 carries. So this is a guy, you get the ball in space, he will make people miss and create first downs.
Rankin 0 yards rushing, 64 receiving, as all of a sudden Edmonton going backwards in a hurry. Joshua Archibald right there alongside Isaac Adeyemi Berglund.
Multiple 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people standing at the line of scrimmage. A lot of them going to drop out, but you're trying to create confusion and win on one-on-ones. It starts early. Adeyemi Berglund's getting there. Get people off the edge. Oakman in there.
Fajardo in his return to Montreal up against the crowd noise in a 3-man rush. Steps forward in the pocket. This one thrown directly into the teeth of the Alouettes defense as Burns all over Curly Gittens Jr. for the incompletion.
Difficult to survive these second and extras. Too many second and extras at this point. Once you get the pressures on the first down, now you rush 3. You minimize how many holes are there in the defense. Lorenzo Burns once again is there to make the play.
Burns feeling it a little bit on the sideline.
We cannot get any more defensive backs from Montreal.
Both Burns and Curly Gittens Jr. playing above the rim that time. An advantage Montreal as they get possession back at the 15-yard line. Tice pushed out of bounds. And Edmonton trying to find a way with so much turnover on that side of the football. So many categories they've been struggling in statistically so far this season.
You know, quarterback sacks, we talked about it this year with the talent they brought in to this roster. They felt they'd be able to rush the passer better. Interceptions. Going into this game, we've updated this graphic. It was last in the CFL with only 1, but we have a second one tonight. Terrell Ford with his touchdown. So J.C. Sherrod said we've gotten better after the bye. You know, unfortunately, they had to go against a very talented Saskatchewan team and a very talented Hamilton.
Tyler Sneak catches it, tries to get the stiff arm to go, and thrown out of bounds, and they'll flag Tyrell Ford.
It's going to be hard to argue this point as you're there. You're always taught at this point, at this juncture, escort him out of bounds. You do not need that push at the end of the game. He knows he's outside. He knows he's in a better position. He's already out of bounds right here. That last push. Hold him up. Don't take that penalty. These are the penalties that they have to avoid to win games. With 3:31 left in the fourth quarter, you cannot take that penalty.
And it's Edmonton repeating recent history in their last 2 contests, losing by a margin of 4 and 3 points. Right now, they trail by 2, trying to get the football back as we near the 3-minute warning. Caleb Evans in the game for McLeod Bethel Thompson. Did not start the second half. Handoff here goes to Travis Tice as Sean Thomas Erlington, according to our Kenzie Lalonde, done for the remainder of the evening after he sustained an injury earlier on. And so it looks like Tice and Evans, unexpected backfield duo, will try to shut this one down for the Owls.
Joel DeBlanco stopping the gain on the outside. Playing pretty good at his will linebacker spot.
As back and forth they go, a 2-point game here in Montreal. See whether or not Montreal can close out the Elks when we return to Friday Night Football.
What's new at McDonald's? Lower prices on your faves. Like the McChicken, Filet-O-Fish, 6-piece Chicken McNuggets, and Big Mac meals. Meals starting at $9.99 with medium fries and a medium fountain drink. Get your faves for less.
Almost done.
We know that the remarkable happens when East meets West, coming alive in our shared passions, our creative pursuits. And here in Sapporo, you too can discover the remarkable where East meets West.
Huh. We've already got tons of WestJet points.
Yeah?
I'm booking it.
Your next travel story is waiting. Make it happen with the all-new WestJet Rewards.
Buttery pan-baked crust that's crispy on the outside, fluffy on the inside, and topped with melty provolone, mouth-watering mozzarella, and your favorite toppings to the edge. Get medium one-topping pan pizzas for $12.99 each at Domino's.
The Alouettes have won their last 5 games over Edmonton, but just one has been at home. They are putting themselves in a tough spot here to round things out, Luke.
Yeah, Marshall, and I think right now, if you're Montreal and you're looking at this thing, it shouldn't be close. You know, they say in the pro game, more games are lost than won, and that's why this game is even close right now. This was a huge play. We missed the throw before. We had a field goal wrapped up. Can't happen. And then you go down and it's like, hey, we're still really in control of this game. And I get why you run it out because you're up 8 and you don't want to go down 7. And we fumble. We got to have supreme ball security at this point. You give a short field and even the touchdown. It's man coverage here and we're just absolutely lost. Very, very strange.
Caleb Evans finds Tyler Snead out to the 55-yard line on 2nd down and 6. It's not enough for the first down. And Montreal staring down their sideline right now. With 3rd and what looks like a very long yard.
Caleb, good decision throwing this hitch on time. Gets it to Snead. Locates it well enough so Snead can actually fall forward for the yardage they need. It's a long yard. It's almost a yard and a half. We'll see if they go for it here.
I think Jason Moss
try to draw them off.
said we're going to let the clock run down and maybe call a timeout as they get closer. And he will do just that. So with 2:26
Montreal
remaining in the 4th. And that one's got to hurt for Jason Moss in the offense because they would have stood there during the 3-minute timeout and said, what's your favorite throw? What do you like right now on 2nd and 6, right? Let's go and get it. And you come up short, and then now you got to make a decision on how do we want to handle this.
Well, they brought in the big men here, so see extra offensive lineman reporting. Jesse Gibbon just entered the game. He just reported as an eligible receiver.
Everybody talking to Caleb Evans in the huddle there as the Edmonton front gets it to dig themselves in.
Which way is this play going to go? Off tackle right over the center. We'll see.
Offensive line pushes to the left. Never in question. First down Alouettes as Evans rolls over the top of the pile.
Caleb's had so many, couple years of being the short yardage quarterback. They have a lot of trust in him. Slides to the left, follows the big offensive lineman. Great surge. See Gibbon in there, everything. Creating the space, knocking Edmonton's D-line off the ball. Able to take off crucial more time off the clock here.
Jason Moss already back into the call sheet here for 2nd down. On 1st and 10. Play action. Flip this one out. It is complete. Throwing down David Dallaire. Cordell Jackson makes the play. And a minimal gain sets up 2nd and long.
Very important completion there. Minimal gain, but the biggest thing is the clock still runs here on it. Trying to outflank the defense to Dallaire. It's still a catch. Allows you to keep running clock. Minimizing Edmonton's opportunities. With the ball in their hands offensively.
2 fullback set goes back to the sidelines here. For the Alouettes offense. 2nd and 7. Evans hands it off. Up to the 45-yard line. They'll come up 4 yards shy of the first down with Travis Tice.
Ensuring the ball gets handoff, the tackle blocks out. That's going to leave Niles Morgan as a free player. Tackle takes it, make sure the ball can be handed off. You see Brinkman use his strength to throw the guard off. A good 2-on-1 tackle right there. Leads to Jose's field goal try.
7 for 7 career on 50-plus attempts. This one nearly at the midfield stripe. Joseph Zima puts it down, drills it, tons of leg, and it is good. 22-17, and the Elks need a major.
That was a shot by Jose. 8 for 8 career 50-plussers. Forcing the touchdown for the Elks offense.
Tons of leg. Jose Maltos Diaz. He's flexed all around here at Percival Molson. They will kick this one off. It's Byron Archambault talking things through with the coverage unit. And you know, dangerous as ever is Javon Leake back ready to return in a year in which we've had a crazy number of returns for touchdown, defense, or special teams.
1:12 left, plenty of time to the clock will stop every time. Cody's just got to get in rhythm. And the biggest thing is protection's going to have to hold up for Cody, because they're going to have to throw the ball downfield because they're going to get the sack.
Maltos Diaz drops this one down, and it splits the returners. Leake backtracks with Smith. Now gets a block. And they'll salvage it out to the 25-yard line, but work to be done. As Cody Fajardo, 12 career game-winning drives. And a fourth-quarter loss against Hamilton last week, which was Bo Levi Mitchell's 27th game-winning drive. Fajardo trying to earn one of his own here in what used to be home in Montreal.
Offside, hors-jeu, Montreal number 9, number 9. We're going to go back 5 yards and re-kick. On va reculer de Saint-Vert, on va rebotter.
So difficult penalty. Obviously, you get a re-kick. There wasn't much of a return on the last one because the ball split Arkell Smith and Javon Leake. But now you're also forcing your cover unit. Hey, they got to run down full speed once again and do it again. I believe right here is penalty down at the bottom. Crossing line of scrimmage too early. Okay, forces your return team to go down, cover it a kick again, and you got to kick it again to Javon Leake and company. Arkell Smith.
4 of the last 6 meetings between these two teams decided in the final 3 minutes. Here we are once again as Leake has his wind back ahead of the CFL on TSN Saturday doubleheader. 1:06 remaining on Friday Night Football. Maltos Diaz hammers this one, same spot, this time significantly better handled, and already a better return by Leake up across the 40. Across the 45, and that's essentially a 22-yard swing in field position. There's Keon Julian Grant with an opportunity last week to make a major play, Lapo, and he wishes he had this one back. Maybe he'll get another chance here tonight.
2 minutes left of the game. Corner route. Cody saw the picture, threw it, just couldn't finish. These are the things Mark Helm says we got to finish at the end of the game. We're in position to beat the best teams. We just haven't made those plays.
The crowd that used to cheer this loud for the Grey Cup champion quarterback in Montreal. Now all against him. Inside a minute remaining. Fajardo fakes it down the sideline, incomplete. And Julian Grant, the nearest receiver.
Ken's on the outside. The corner stays low. He tries to throw it outside. Very difficult to get that throw in between Wesley Sutton and the sideline. Very difficult throw. was going to be off on, throws it out of bounds.
Fajardo looking for a fourth-quarter game-winning drive against the Alouettes, who traded him away in favor of Davis Alexander in the offseason. Looks down the middle of the field, rips this one. It's Justin Rankin, puts his shoulder down and crosses inside the 40-yard line.
Is it me or Justin Rankin looked like one of the best receivers in this team? Breaks inside the linebackers to be able to make the catch. Wraps around Sankey. Cody throws it immediately. Big explosive play by Rankin.
82 yards receiving for Rankin. 0 rushing yards. Incomplete. Thrown well behind the intended receiver. Fajardo picks himself up off the Percival Molson turf once again. 2nd and 10.
Coverage lifts underneath. Stephen Dunbar's there. Cody throws it behind him. Whether he wanted Stephen to settle in that zone or not. Forcing a 2nd and 10.
Alouettes faithful on their feet. Fajardo getting the offense set as Victor lines up on the line of scrimmage. Pressure coming. Fajardo rips it outside. High and away. It's complete. And Keon Julian Grant settling along the sideline. Catches the pop fly for 15 to the outside.
Recognizing the wide side of the field, the zone is open. You got to throw it over the high halfback. Kennedy, over the low halfback, excuse me. Kennedy's trying to run underneath it. Great throw, great catch on the sideline. But the best thing was the recognition of the zone to the wide side of the field by Cody.
Fajardo 25 of 36. Pressure coming, gets it away. Benjamin Victor catches it once again up near the first down marker. It'll go for a gain of 8. And Jason Moss said to us this week, he knows Cody plays his best football, always have, Lapo, at the end of football games. Well, here we are once again.
Pressure off the edge. Nijay Murray's blitzing, throws through the blitz to Victor.
Rankin stands to the left-hand side. Fajardo picks it on the backside, caught, diving to the end zone, touchdown, and Keon Julian Grant has 2.
Last week, Keon Julian Grant must have felt terrible. We talked to him about it this week. How do you recover? You had a drop in the end zone. He's like, hey, it was a short week. I got to go back and just worry about it. It's great to have a short week. We get to play football again. Cody sees blitz, gets it to Julian Grant, climbs into the end zone with 15 seconds left on the clock. This is a drive by Cody, getting the throws versus zone, getting the throws versus blitz in his face, and then hitting the throws versus 1+ cover 0 in the middle of the field.
How good must that feel for Cody Fajardo and Keon Julian Grant in their return to Montreal? As Keon told us this week how much he loves Edmonton's offense. He says, when I was in Montreal, I loved what I did there, but it was basically just either screens or I was catching bombs down the sideline. He said, here I get to kind of mix and match, do a little bit of everything. What a perfect example that is. Catching a quick slant and just refusing to be tackled as fellow Canadian receiver Curly Gittins Jr. holds that hamstring on his way to the sideline. But Edmonton at 1-6 have been so close so many times this year. Close losses the last couple of weeks, and here they are with 15 seconds remaining in the driver's seat and going for 2. Fajardo looks to his right, pressure on, and Isaac Berglund says no more. A 1-point advantage for Edmonton.
A little bit of pressure from the multiple players coming off the edge. Still trying to play some zone in there. Rankin's trying to get the block, but Ademi Berglund fights off the offensive line to force Cody to move his feet and then take the sack.
What does Byron Archambault have for that special teams unit as Fajardo, the emotional fire that lifted the Alouettes at various points in the 2023 playoff run on full display, this time in green and gold against Montreal.
Rankin on the inside, the throw to the wide side of the field versus zone. Alouettes say, we're going to blitz you. We're not going to play zone, we're going to blitz you. He hits the blitz for the touchdown to Keon Julian Grant. As we said before, last week, drops the ball in the end zone. This week, makes the catch for the touchdown.
Hammer this one, take a skip. And Tyson picks it up on the hop at his own 9-yard line. Big tackle, coverage team all over it. As Alex Reich right down the field alongside Silas Hubert and Johnson as well right there in coverage.
Coverage been great all night. Been a lot of big physical hits. Reich is here, run it down. Fired up. Mark Killen.
This will be a very happy Elks flight home if they can close out the next 11 seconds. As a flag comes out, and did Montreal have too many men in the huddle?
Too many men. They got too many men.
Somebody running to the Alouette sideline here as Ben Major has the call.
Montreal had too many players in the formation. It's a 5-yard penalty. It's still going to be first down.
Wow.
Montréal avait 13 joueurs sur le terrain. Il a peut-être 5 verges. C'est le premier essai.
Salt in the wounds as Fajardo looks on.
So 13 men in the huddle. Miscommunication on the sideline, what personnel group they're in, and what receivers are in. Backs them up 5 more yards.
Does Caleb Evans have any magic left? Underneath, trying to flip it. Do the live lateral ball, rolling around in the turf. And with 3 seconds remaining, a sloppy attempt to create something out of nothing. And Montreal obviously in deep desperation mode.
End of game situation. You're trying to throw the ball to one player. He's going to start lateraling it backwards. And then it becomes a free-for-all where everybody's spreading out across the field. You practice this once a week or once every 2 weeks. And you just keep lateraling it till you can get positive yardage. Everyone follows the football. It's just a long way to go. And obviously, there can only be one forward pass.
So the Elks back up their secondary. Base rush. And Montreal down to their last swing here on a night where they honor the Expos. With a quick screen, they're going to throw it backwards as Cole Speaker thinks about kicking it now down the middle of the field. He does. Chops it aside, and it gets picked up by Sneed. Flags come in, and the ball rolls into the hands of Edmonton.
There'd be a no yards penalty, probably.
And Mark Killam celebrates as Cody Fajardo returns to Montreal. And will shake the hand of Jason Moss on his way to the Elks' second victory of the season. Hard fought here in Montreal.
No yards, Montreal. The penalties decline, the game is over.
Big win for Mark Killiman, going across the country to go to play in Montreal. Resiliency of that last drive for Cody Fajardo. A little bit of redemption for Cody going back into his old stomping ground. A lot of teammates, a team that moved on from him in the offseason. Said, I really loved this organization. It made me really believed in me, gave me an opportunity to win a Grey Cup. Huge drive for him at the end of the game to make the play. But I think for the Owls, they're going to say, hey, we made too many mistakes. We had a pick 6. We also fumbled the ball, put them in easy touchdown range. So a disappointing loss for Montreal, but a huge win for the Elks on the road.
You can see how much love his ex-teammates have for Keon Julian Grant.
Squirrel
is hopping around throughout the night. We were back and forth. Some defense and special teams returns. Tyrell Ford made his mark on this one. In the end,